You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
Is this on?
I should put mine on. Mine was laying on the table.
That's why the audio was so bad.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
that was
the whole reason. That was the reason.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Beans and Dice podcast. I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
I'm Nick.
And it's game night. We are playing games. We're having fun.
It's not game night. It's the Beans and Dice podcast.
It is podcast night, but we are getting games in thanks to Wayne. He brought some games to teach.
And you set up a game before we even got here.
And I don't want to stop. So we're not. Although you came here thinking, yeah, it's going to be a podcast, we are going to play some games. Yep. And get interrupted by your phone calls while we do that. Because Wayne is continuing to teach games. I taught game. The first game we played today was Wildlands by Martin Wallace.
Put it on
Martin
Wallace.
Wallace. I like that.
He said Wayne's going to teach games.
Okay, I know. Rob's going to help teach.
We're going to do it together.
Yeah, we'll teach together.
Together?
Well, yeah.
Look at that.
I probably played this game more times, but I don't remember how to play.
First game we played was Wildlands, right?
Yep.
By our guy, Martin Wallace.
Martin Wallace.
But I will say, do not be afraid to interrupt us.
You said Martin Wallace best known for what?
Best known for Lincoln.
Lincoln, of course. Lincoln. That's not the right game.
Brass Birmingham,
Brass
is what
Birmingham,
Rob would say.
Brass Lancashire, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and open up the phone lines right now because we do get interrupted by you, and that's what we want. That's what we desire. We will stop to talk to you. All you got to do is call in and tell us what you've got going on game-wise. Phone lines open, 813-618-7099 is the number. We played some Martin Wallace, and then we played Hollywood by Reiner Knizia. This is one of what Wayne would call the three.
Yeah, I think
Hollywood blockbuster.
Hollywood blockbuster. Yeah. So there's generally three auction bidding-ish type games that Knizia has done that are like really well known. You have Ra, Medici, and then this Hollywood blockbuster. But this goes by like 6 different names. It's Dream Factory, Drum Fabric, Horror Creations, which is the newest version, and then this was Hollywood Blockbuster, which was like, I don't know, a 15, 20 year ago version. What's good about it is it's a closed auction. Everybody starts with a certain number of contracts that you're bidding on to complete movies. So you use those to, you buy your actors and directors and special effects and scripts and whatever. And it was cool. It's of the 3, this is the fastest. But probably the lightest. So yeah.
I'm gonna take either the blame or the praise for playing this one because Wayne had taught me Medici probably about a year ago, maybe a little less.
Yeah.
At a game day, I played Medici a couple times now. I've played Raw a couple times, and this was the one in the triumvirate that that's my bonus word for the day, triumvirate. Yeah, that I had not played.
Word of the day.
Thanks, Pee-wee. This is the one in the triumvirate I had not played, and so I was begging to play this. I've been wanting to play this for a long time.
Yeah.
And so I voted for this one, and we snuck it in tonight. I'm glad we did. This one's a good one. And if I know Nick enjoyed it, so
I did.
This is probably, I'd say the lightest of the 3 is what I was saying. I've only played this once. I played the other several times. This is the lightest of the 3, but it's got a lot of good table presence, and it's quick. So it's probably the quickest of the 3, I would say.
And I'll say I am not a fan of bidding games.
Closed auction bidding, especially.
Especially closed auction. So anything with a closed economy.
Closed economy, sorry, yeah.
But even just bidding games in general, I'm not a fan of. This was enjoyable. I got through it because of the theme. The theme, and originally I thought the theme was going to be trash. Like I expected garbage. Like this is going to be silly, stupid. And you know what? I was right. It was silly, stupid, but it was also a lot of fun.
In a good way. Yeah.
The names of the actors being twisted, kind of the parody of it, the parody of the movie titles. I had a good time putting together films using those parody names with just, like Christopher Walken was the guest star of my movie, The Princess Groom, right, instead of The Princess Bride. And I think that one actually won me the movie of the year of everyone. Like that was the highest grossing film. The highest starring film of all players was this silly movie that I created there. So I had a good time with it. So thank you for bringing that one.
Meanwhile, you love a game that doesn't take itself too seriously because meanwhile, My favorite movie that I created, starring Muscle Crowe, was the worst movie produced in the entire game, only a 3-star film. Carlos's winning film was 22 stars, just for reference, right?
Oh, yeah.
So my film was 3 stars, but I got bonus points for having the biggest flop of the entire thing.
There you go.
So it was fun. You know,
The Razzie.
Razzie. Yeah,
Razzie,
Razzie. Yeah, there's an award for that. Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, it was a good time. It was Susan Saran Wrap was online, and I think that was my favorite. I like Susan Saran Wrap. But,
That's good.
Yeah.
this was
And,
good.
and like you mentioned, the quick games, good friend and oftentimes guest of the star, William, actually was here. So it's worth noting we played a 5-player game with Teach in an hour.
Yes.
Which is great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I think both of our first games were pretty quick. I know we got the Wildlands game in as a 4-player game in just over an hour. And then the Hollywood was under an hour. So that was actually pretty good playtime.
yeah.
And now on the table is...
Comic Hunters.
Comic Hunters.
Yeah.
Which is funny because this is the Brazilian version. The rights to Comic Hunters still haven't made it to the U.S. But I heard that
They are this year.
this year will be the year.
Yep. There was a copy at Dice Tower West.
West.
They could see the preview of it. Yep.
So it's on its way. This one was a licensing thing that a lot of people thought may never make it over from South America because of the licensing. This is based on comic books, actual comic books, actual covers, actual licenses. And so there was a big thought that because of the price of this kind of stuff, that nobody would pick it up. But apparently somebody made it happen. I haven't heard yet.
Yeah, so
I'm sure
I
it's out
think
there.
what Arcane Wonders. So,
Arcane Wonders, okay.
Richard Geislinger, I think.
Yep.
They worked for the last year and a half, and what they did is, and this is I'm going to get it a little wrong, is so they made an agreement with another company that had all the rights to the various comic book covers. Because I think part of the issue is, these covers, you have to pay each artist who drew the cover, or they own the copyright for their artwork, right? So you have to then get in it, and there was a bunch of these that were not owned by the company that did the company that did this owned the rights in Brazil but didn't own the rights in America. And so Arcane Wonders then made a deal with another company to gain the rights to all the cards so they didn't have to change anything. That was the thought, is they'd have to change a lot of the cards out or go with a whole new theme to get it to work. But it took them a year to do it. And
Well, I'm glad they didn't have to go generic. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiverse, Sentinels of Multiverse.
Right.
Spider Fan.
Yeah, they didn't have to. They didn't have to go with generic ideas.
Yeah. And we're going to stumble through the teach a little bit. Wayne's running back through the rules. The rules originally are in Portuguese. There is a printout you can get online on BGG, I believe, that has an English version of the rules. And so I have probably played this the most. I've played this probably 4 or 5 times now, although it has been a while. It's been a bit. I think maybe Dice Tower last year is the last time I played it. So it's been a little bit since I played. So we're going to try to stumble through this and get it going. But again, interrupt us. That's the idea here. It's the Thursday night call-in show, so don't wait for us to do this. We want to definitely be interrupted. Talk to us about what you've been doing, what you've been playing, news you've been hearing. And there was some news coming out. We just had, what was it? Last week was one of the big conventions.
Dice Tower West?
No, I'm sorry. One of the big, it was the one all the designers and everything go to. It's not open to the public. The name is escaping me right now.
I don't know.
I don't know. One of the big conventions.
Dice Tower West did just happen.
Yeah, Dice Tower West just happened as well. But there was another big one for the designers and stuff, and a lot of news came out of that.
Gamma.
Gamma Trade Show. There you go.
Which is interesting, that Gamma trade show basically happened at the same time as Dice Tower West.
Yeah.
So I've a couple of content creators and a couple of publishers kind of were like, well, I had to choose because they overlapped, and now granted, Dice Tower West was 3,000 people, so it wasn't small.
Yeah.
But I wonder, it's kind of interesting to see if the Dice Tower and Gamma have a little what the hell are you doing, dude?
Yeah, somebody messed up there. I think somebody, or maybe they knew. I don't know.
No,
maybe,
I've been to Gamma once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my buddy who owned a game store, we're talking 10 or 15 years ago, we went to Gamma.
Nice.
When it was still in Vegas, and it was good, but it was definitely it's not like a convention you've ever been to. Because all it is it's people, it's big companies like Target or whatever, and if you own an FLGS, you go to Gamma, and you go and you can demo all the upcoming games or see, and then you can purchase. So all the distributors are there, all the various companies are there, and they're trying to sell you on, hey, you should stock this game in your store. So it was definitely a very much different experience than
Insider.
Yeah, very much
Yeah.
an insider.
Is there still
experience.
a gaming element too, like average shows for their gaming, or not really?
Not really. No, you can demo the games and stuff like that. Now, granted, it could have changed drastically since I was there, because that was a while ago. But it was very much a walk around, talk, get some freebies. There was some gaming in the hotels and stuff after hours.
I know there was some side gaming. Yeah,
some
they
side
talked about
gaming.
that.
You're not going to stop people from gaming.
Right, but it wasn't like a Dice Tower where you have a giant library
Right.
that you can play with and stuff like that. So.
And I know a lot of news came out of that. I was on my way over here tonight. I was watching the news section, and then I know they were talking about several of those games were announced at GAMA. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was just a couple hours ago, but I can't remember what they were talking about on Dice Tower today. But there was
there's Battalion by Palomari.
Yeah, that's right. That's the
I'm
news.
super excited about that.
Is that the one that's mirroring the Pocket Battles?
It's a successor to the Pocket Battles.
Yeah.
So Robert's familiar with Pocket Battles. I bought, I think, 3 out of the 5 that they made.
We played it on a picnic table many
Yes, we
years
did.
ago. Yes,
As
outside.
designed. The game is designed to be taken anywhere and played.
Yep.
It's a little 1v1 battler with hidden units, rank and flank. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
What else was announced?
I don't remember. I'm just drawing a blank. I know there was a handful of games.
Yeah, there was some that stood out, but I think the Palomari the one that stood out to me the most.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and you're a fan of those skirmish head-to-head historic.
Pocket Battle started as a historical game, so like it came out with like the Persians and the Romans, I think it was, or no, the Greeks and Persians, Romans and Carthage, and then it went fanciful.
Fantasy.
So it went like orcs and elves.
Yeah.
And then Celts and I can't remember the other one.
New in the Confederates and the Union.
Oh yeah.
and
With
new one.
the civil. I think I have 4 of these.
Was those?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Civil War one as well. I forgot about that one. Celts and Romans. That's what Charles is. Charles is in the chat. Charles says, "I've got Carrier Philippine Sea by Compass Games. John Southard on the table. So glad to see others are playing games right now.
Nice.
And then he corrects me. It's Celts versus Romans in the Pocket Battle series. Sounds like Charles is familiar with Palomari's Pocket Battles.
The Boston Celtics are playing? No. Right, sorry.
Versus the Romans.
The Celts or the Celts? The Celts? Okay.
The Celts, right?
Celts. Yeah, Celts. You're saying it right.
I don't know. English is not my first language. Yeah. But Palo's big. Palo goes war games to fun games to Libertalia. Oh, Charles says BGG.
Oh, is that what he did? BGG did? Yeah.
We got folks in the BGG. But tonight on the table, we're going to play some Comic Hunters. But it's in... I can't read this board.
Portuguese.
It's Portuguese, man.
Portuguese.
It's Portuguese?
It's not close enough to Spanish.
Portuguese.
I got some camera angles. I'm going to do my best.
Isn't it all the same? No.
No, it's very different.
You know Spanish, you know Portuguese.
Yeah.
It's not a dialect thing, it's actually different.
No, it's okay. You all look alike to me, too.
Sorry. Anyway, are you going to take the lead on this thing?
Yeah, and then I think you could probably help with
Yeah, I'll jump in a little bit. But.
So, Nick, you've played it once. I played it 3 or 4 times, or 5 or 6 times. You've played it probably even more than me. I think you probably played it.
Maybe.
But so Carlos, the idea of this game is, and the thematics of this game is, you are a comic book collector, right? So we're all collectors of comic books, and it's 3 rounds. Each of the 3 rounds has 3 phases. Each of the 3 phases are going to be aspects of collecting comic books, right? So you've got the first one is
He's not listening.
I
he's
am.
not listening. Yeah. Okay. So Rob,
He multitasks over here.
Rob, you
Does it
can
all
help me
the
out because I can't see what. So one of them is the first one, the A.
4 mini games.
The 4 mini games,
Yep.
right? And in each round, you're going to do 3 of those 4 mini games.
That's
A is
determined by
lawyer.
this.
A is Loya, which is the that's the collect. That's
The draft is a
the
drafting.
drafting,
mechanism?
right? Yeah, that's the drafting one.
No. Yeah, 4 types of auctions, I guess they call them. But yeah, there is I get draft and 3 auctions, I think, is what it officially is.
So it's
Yeah.
called the store. So you're
Store.
going to a store, and it's to simulate, like when you go to a comic book store and you're flipping through all the things and you're picking out the ones you want.
Yep.
So it's pick and pass. So we're going to start with a hand of cards. You're going to pick one and pass one, pick one, pass one, pick one, pass one. So that simulates going to a comic book store and rifling through.
Boom.
The second one is the flea market. So when you go to a flea market and you're buying cards at a flea market, it's going to be you're creating a row. There's certain rows.
Oh yeah.
And you can pick a row or pass a row, so you're kind of like grabbing a whole collection or not.
So you're buying like collections.
It's like you're going. It's like you're going up to somebody's table and they've just got this whole stack, and you're like, I'm gonna get that whole stack of
Yep.
comics.
Right.
This whole stack. That whole stack.
right?
So what happens? Whoever the first player is, if I remember, chooses which row we're bidding for. It's a 2, 3, 4, and a 5, I think, in a 4-player game. And whoever has the first player is going to say, I want to bid. I want to start the bid on the row that has 3 cards, and I'm going to bid 4 points or 4. Yeah, 4 of here.
Solari.
Yeah, Solari. There you go. We're going to bid 4 Solari. It goes around, and then if
Nice. Nice.
yeah, I think that goes around until somebody passes. If you pass,
Pass,
you're out.
you're out, yep.
Okay, and it'll keep going back and forth to the bid on that one.
Yep.
If somebody wins, the bidder will move to the left of whoever wins that bid,
Or they choose.
where they choose.
Yeah.
And you only can win one row.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. Right. So once you win one row, you are out for the rest, and so then everybody else gets to bid on the other 3, and then 2, and then 1, and whoever's at the end, you have to pay a minimum of 1 point per card. So if you end up with a row that has 4, you would think I could just bid 0 and take those 4 cards. You have to bid at least 1 per card.
So if you don't get in and you're the last one, you're paying 1 for each.
Yeah.
1 for each, which is probably cheap.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal at that
Yeah.
point. But yeah.
But you're whatever people didn't bid on. You're stuck with whatever.
It's not free.
This one, you got the on this one?
Yeah,
online-
online the auction, the online auction, the
Yep.
auction website. The auction website before starting, the first player draws cards from the top of the deck. 5 cards. It's hold on, flea market.
Or this is the one where you can either add a card to
Yeah,
a
or
row,
add a card to a row, or
yeah.
or take a row.
take a
Yep.
row.
Yep.
And then you're trying to beef them up. I think there's a maximum. I remember there is a maximum per row.
4,
It shows,
I think it's 4.
One row shows 5 on here, so I'm not sure.
Oh, 5. Yeah.
Double check that.
5. Yeah.
Maximum
So
5.
5. It's you actually we're at auction website before the start of the step. The first player draws cards from the top of the deck. So here and makes rows based on the number of players. So it's 5, 4, 4, 3,
Okay.
and then cards are revealed. This actually is the bidding one. Sorry.
Oh,
the
you got these backwards. This
yeah.
is the one where you add
You
or take.
add or take,
Okay.
and the other one. This is you bid. They're all out there, and you bid on the row or not. Yep.
So the second one, what you're going to do is you're going to. I think they all start with maybe 2 cards, and you're going to. You can either take one of the rows that's already out there, or you can draw a card, and you have to choose which one to add it to, and then it becomes the next person's turn. So you're making one of the rows juicier.
If you're
for
not
somebody.
picking a row, then you're adding to a row for someone else to look at.
Right. Yep. And so the auction website is your auctioning. Then the convention is interesting because
That's a crazy one.
it simulates you walking up and down the rows of the convention center. So we're going to create a grid, and then you call out a superhero type, like so Black Widow, and you take all the Black Widow in a row or a column.
row or column.
But you get to move a card around first, so you can slide a card within the grid to create a row.
It's like the puzzles.
Yeah,
that
those
there's one
little
spot.
plastic puzzles you had as a kid.
So yeah, before you take a card, you can go any open area, and you could go like this. They're all going to be face up, and then you could say Spider-Man, and now there's 3 Spider-Mans. You take all the Spider-Mans.
So manipulate and then
Yeah.
get them all in a
Now,
row.
with the auction website, when you're bidding with this. You have 15 points, right? You get whatever you don't spend at the end of the game. So if you overbid, you're ruining your kind of ability to get points. So some things to think about with the cards, right? So on each card, the top of each card there, Carlos, you can take a couple there. You'll see there's the hero types, right? So this card here I have here, it's Thor and Iron Man, right?
Okay.
So that's the top.
Captain America. and
That's
Iron Man.
Captain America and Iron Man.
Civil War. There you go.
In the bottom of the row, it's the types, right?
Yes,
so that's
Ron.
versus. That's like that's in that comic they versed a major kind of villain, and that's the variable scoring. In this game, you're trying to correct. Number 1 is the number 1, like it's the number 1 comic. So here's one that's the number
first
1.
issue. Yep,
First issue, right? Then you've got what are the other things? Hold on, I can tell you what they mean.
A villain or something, and then
Yeah, so in this game, we are doing first appearance. So the number 1 issue of that comic. First appearance is the second one. So the guy.
Got one of
That
those.
one right there,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
So that's the first appearance of a major character. So in that one, in that Spider-Man comic, Gwen Stacy's first appearance happens, and when she plays Spider-Girl, right? And then the other one
The
is
eyeball?
a new look. So a new costume.
Like a change to the character?
Change to the character's costume, whatever.
And there's like 6 or 7 different ones, and we randomly you can actually cover all these up in a base game. They recommend doing these first 2, and then you play a random third one. But you could draw all 3 random if you want.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. So what you're looking for is how many of those symbols you have on the cards in your collection, and you move up the victory points track. So if I had 10
tags.
Exactly.
Collecting
Collected
tags.
tags, and then you score victory points based on who has the most tags in each of the 3 columns.
And those are based on something we messed up on our first play. Those are based on the number that's here. So the number on this side is the value of the comic. So there's 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Right.
And that is, you're going to move up 1 spot on that track. If you have a 3 with the eyeball.
So whatever tag it is, you're moving 1 on that track.
Right. And what it is you're not, as you play them, you're not moving just 1. At the end of the round is when we score them. You're going to look at what you have on the table, and then you're going to add up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I'll move to the 4 spot. The next round, if for some reason, we'll talk about getting rid of comics. If you get rid of a comic from a collection, you could go down to like a 3 if at that point you've gotten rid of some. So that will adjust up and down as the game goes along.
Yep.
And these tracks won't matter until the end game scoring. We'll score them everything scores here at the very end,
Right.
one time at the end.
So once you've collected cards, Carlos, right? You're going to want to create a collection. So let's say you wanted to play these 2 cards and create a Spider-Man collection. You have to then pay 2 value, right? Put those over there.
Yeah, I'll put it up here.
Here's a third one. Let's say that there's a third one. So if you wanted to create a Spider-Man collection, those are 3 Spider-Man cards, and the value on them is 3. You would then have to pay 3 other cards of value.
Based on kind of the back, or you
back.
can look on that there.
So
but-
either 3, 3.
So your
3,
currency is other cards.
other
Right.
cards, right?
So throughout these mini games, you're drafting for value and drafting to build your collection.
Your
symbols.
sets.
Sets, right.
So you're going to draft for these, and we'll talk about this in a minute for
Yep,
set collection
that's what I'm
there,
doing,
and then these down here to move on these tracks.
Right.
Okay.
So once you've created that collection, so that's a 3 set of Spider-Man collection, right? So
Yep.
right here, this is your collection size. So this 3 for 3 and 4, and Spider-Man's value is here. That collection of 3 Spider-Man cards is worth 4 victory points. If I added a 5th, it would be worth 8. If I got to 8, it would be worth 16. And you see now, right in this game, Hulk cards are the most valuable. Then you've got Shield or Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Thor.
It's
are-
very replayable here because
it's-
those buttons are
They're
all
all
tokens.
rotate every
Yeah,
time,
they're
yep.
randomly drawn.
And those are the next 4. So that is how many cards in your collection. And your biggest collection counts those cards, right? That is the number of collections of at least 3 in size. So if I have 3 collections,
So we're going to score that over there.
score that over here.
We're also going to
score
score
that. You're going to score down here, and you're going to score this.
Okay.
So if you had a Hulk 3, an Iron Man 3, and a Spider-Man 3, you would get 6, 5, and 4, plus 5 over here. Because you'd have 3 collections of
So you're
size.
looking to balance collection size with number of collections, and so you can go crazy here and have 1 or 2 big collections,
But then you don't do
but then you don't get down there.
If I remember, you can play a collection of 2. You cannot play a collection of 1.
Yeah, you have
and we'll
to have
talk
at
about
least
in a minute why you want to play collections or hold cards in your hand. But you don't score them until it's a minimum of 3 and then a minimum of 3. But you can start with a collection of 2 and then try to add to it as the rounds go on. But so you can start a collection of 2, but they don't score until they get 3 or larger, and then 3 or larger.
Because the whole game, the flow of the game is 3 rounds. Each round is 3 of these 4. Notice they do change. So first round, we're going to do
Yep.
A, B, D.
ABD, ACD, BCD.
No, it's ACDC.
So there's basically 9 mini games in which you're building your collection. And at the end of all the scoring kicks in.
All right, let's check out the chat real quick before we keep moving while Wayne catches up on the rules. In the chat, we've got Chester Wilson says Orcs versus Elves. That's another one
That
of the
was one of them.
Palomori ones that was enjoyable. Kyle from Chi-Town, Mr. Jeeves says, ooh, I think he's talking about Comic Hunters.
Yeah, probably.
Not Palomori.
No, maybe.
Oh, wait, let me say that correctly. Hall of Fame photographer, BGG Hall of Fame photographer, Kyle, Mr. Jeeves. Let's see. Chester says, ever copy and paste a rule book in an AI and ask it questions about the rules? It works surprisingly
That
well.
sounds
That's
exciting.
kinda
I'm
cool.
gonna have to give that a shot.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Cool.
AI.
Or just straight up like teach me this game. Like
Yeah.
paste in the rules and then be like, all right, now you teach me this
We
game.
don't need Rob anymore.
Yeah.
Ron Frazier says, Comic Hunters.
Hunters,
Yes, sir.
Should have been an exclamation point, not a question mark, but yes.
Chester says, Nick Fury shared the cover of Spider-Woman's first appearance.
Oh.
Might be in there
And
somewhere.
all of these, where like my wife geeks out over this,
Oh,
is
yeah.
because she collected comics.
Not
and
your
these are-
wife, not you at all.
No, I didn't collect comics.
No,
My wife did.
I didn't either.
She was a nerd.
She was, she's
No,
more of a nerd than I am.
not Wayne.
But all of these, all this art are original. These are all actual comic book covers from Marvel. And what happens is the 1, 2s, and 3s are the ages. So
Different
the
time
1s
periods.
are the newest. These are like the 2000s. These are like the 90s, and these are like the 80s.
Which corresponds with their value.
And the older, these are from like the 60s and 70s. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Odak has a emoji,
Like whoa.
yeah, squee, kind of a Comic Hunter. So yeah.
Sweet.
Phone lines are open, 813-618-7099. I need to go turn that other camera back on. Okay. You keep setting up the game right where we are.
Yep.
Okay. I was just going to show this is the first player marker. Let me get this on the camera.
It's Stan Lee's glasses.
Stan Lee!
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he makes an appearance.
God rest.
Oh,
God
yeah,
rest.
RP. Yeah.
All right, so we are starting with the
Oh, by the way,
store.
you're tied in, so if you get out, don't forget to unplug your mic.
I know y'all can't see this real good on the thing. So this we talked about those tags on the bottom half of the cards. There is at the end of the game, we're going to score for first, second, and third on each one of these tracks. So the point values are up here for first, second, and third. I'm trying to figure out. So that's 4 places. Oh,
Nope, we got a
somebody
call
calling.
coming in.
Colin.
Answer the phone, Robert. Answer
I'm
the
going to
phone.
answer.
This could be bad.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name. Where you're calling from.
This is Ryan from Atlanta, and I am very jealous right now.
Woohoo!
Hey,
Ron from
Ron.
Atlanta.
How you doing,
We're
man?
glad you're jealous. Have you played this, Ron?
Yes, I played it at Daystar East last year.
You probably played it with me, and Ryan will probably remember that, and I won't.
Probably
we
my
talked last
copy.
week about how
Might
bad
have
my
been my
memory is
copy
and
that
stuff.
you played,
But yeah, awesome. Yeah, great game. Have you just played it the one time?
Yeah, just at one time, and I'm glad that it's getting a North American printing of it.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm really curious to see, and y'all may know if you've heard more about it. I've heard a little bits and pieces here, but I don't know if it's going to be like a direct port of this.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Okay, so it's going to be exactly like this version.
Exactly like this, yep.
Okay.
Including the Portuguese rulebook.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
I want Portuguese wording.
It was the Portuguese rulebook. That's hilarious.
That was the goal.
Absolutely. So what you got going on, Ron? I know you've been playing something, right?
So did I talk about Star Wars Risk Edition, like Risk Star Wars Edition?
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
So you know that game came out in, 2016 or something like that?
I owned it for a while.
And so I just played it recently. Actually, I picked up the black edition for $15
Oh.
at a swap at a flea market,
Yeah.
and I saw it, and I'm like, I can't. Okay, I was like, I can't believe this is still here.
Yep.
Is that the one with the metal minis?
It has the metal Death Star.
Metal Death Star. That's
And,
what it was.
yeah. So, I mean, like people that have played Star Wars: The Queen's Gambit kind of poo-poo the game because it's not as apparently it's not as good. I've never played The Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit is out of print. It will never come back in print. And this game is not like, it's not a complex Euro. It's a very light game, but if you're a fan of the movie trilogy and you're not looking for anything that's too deep, then I think it's a fun 2-player experience.
It was very narrative because I know it was supposed to. It was supposed to be like the replacement of Queen's Gambit.
It's very light, very, very scaled back
Yeah.
version of Queen's Gambit. Yeah.
But it was still very narrative. Robert and I had a good time playing it. The boss battle at the end, kind of like the Luke versus Vader battle, that I think was the highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't. It will never win any awards, but and I had fun with it. I had enough fun to pick it up.
I had more fun with that than I did Rebellion.
I would agree.
Wow.
To some extent.
Shots fired.
Depending on the
He's like, you wrong.
Yeah, depending on what
Yeah.
you are looking for. I mean, it's obviously a way different game.
Yeah. So, other than that, I mean, I've played some games. I just Atlanta Game Fest with a couple of weeks ago. I've just been. Well, I think I think some of you guys know my twin brother passed away in February, and I had some stuff going on with that, funeral and all that. So, I haven't gotten as much gaming done as I would have liked to, but I did get some gaming done in February. So yeah, that was something that was an enjoyable experience, something I just wanted to touch on. And also, I know you guys never got around to talking about it on the news, but the Mass Effect board game that got announced.
I think Robert was squeeing all about that.
Oh yeah. I'm a big fan. Wayne is a big fan as well. I know Wayne's big on the video game stuff, but I played the first two entirely. Was there a total of 4?
There's 4. There's a trilogy, and then
Yeah.
the 4th one was starting to set up a whole new system, game world in a different universe or galaxy, whatever.
I played the first 2 entirely from start to finish. The third one I started and never got real far into
The
it.
third one was
the third one good?
Second and third are just the best. The
yeah,
the
second
first
one
one was
was
a bit
good.
of a slog with the truck that you're driving around and trying to drive up mountains with the truck. The little
remember.
RV
It's
thing.
been a while, but yeah.
I've played them all. I played the trilogy several times. I've never played the 4th game. My wife's played the trilogy 3 or 4 times, and the 4th game.
Nice.
What I will say is I loved about this game is they could easily have made this one of these giant box, $500 mini things, but no. Apparently they're like really looking to keep it cheap,
Mass market.
or not mass
Yeah.
market, but like under $100.
And keep it light, they said as well.
I'm sorry, what? That's cheap?
Yeah, well, for a game full of minis.
For a game that could be full of minis
Yeah.
and massively could be a CMON $500 thing.
And they said they were trying to keep it light from what I saw. They were going to keep the rule set really light, make the game quick and short. And I think there is like a campaign or something in it, but it was going to be light, quick playthroughs of the campaign.
Nice.
So,
Which makes sense. It makes sense.
You're potentially you're going for a video game audience there who's going to buy into a board game.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
Got Mike Rice from the Board Game Rundown saying the first 2 Mass Effects are incredible.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, like I said, I made it through the first 2. I don't know why I never
The
got deep
third
into
one,
the third
the
one.
ending of the third one is where it's very like you either love it or you really hate it.
Okay, so I didn't make it very far to the
Yeah.
third one, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
I think I still have it on
Ron, did you
PS2.
play any Mass Effect?
A little bit of 1 and 2. I never played 3. Actually, I never finished any of them, but like, I certainly did watch gameplay of it. It's basically story modes of all 3 of the games because I just love the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this game looks like, you know.
And
But that was. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ron, speaking to the fellow RPGer, I always kind of sort of felt that the Mass Effect universe was very much like D&D's Alternity system, which is one of the original sci-fi systems for RPG gaming, because it had like these lighthouses where it was like clearly created by an ancient alien technology that we find, that other aliens find, that we use to travel the galaxy. So the Alternity RPG system from gotta be the 80s or 90s. Had a lot of Mass Effect feel to it. Mass Effect had a lot of feel for the old Alternity RPG system. So.
yeah, you just mentioned D&D.
Yeah.
Ron, you'll be happy to hear. I'm actually pretty jazzed. Cannot believe this happened. My 12-year-old last week was like, "Hey, I just got invited to go play D&D at my friend's house. He's going to run his first campaign and invited 3 of us to come play." And I'm like, "Oh, really?"
Oh, yeah.
Like,
See how that goes.
Gotta get some dice now.
What class are you playing? What's going on? And then so it's hilarious. So I mean, no, they played it. It went great. It was this past Saturday then. So this was last week. So it was this past Saturday, and I took him over there. But like before we went over there, I was like, "So like, what version of D&D are you playing?" He's like, "I don't know." It's like, "Okay, you're probably doing 5e. Can you text him real quick? Are you doing 5e?" And like, "Yep, sure enough, you are." Like,
Text her
"Okay."
real quick. I gotta know now.
Yeah. Have you guys decided on your party yet? And he's like, "I don't know, Dad." I'm like, "I think you need to figure this out. Like, come on, let's go."
Important
Dad, you're making this uncomfortable.
Those are important decisions you got to make.
No, and so it's funny because then he texted. He was like, "Oh yeah, I was wondering if you guys would have already made like. I mean, this is like a 12-year-old hosting, trying to do his first
cool.
campaign,
I love it.
right?
That's cool.
Yeah, and so it's like I'm sitting there being like, well, it'll go a little better if you have all thought a little bit about what you're going to play instead of just looking at each other being like, let's all be barbarians or whatever, right? So we got Landis a quick character made. He wanted to be a wizard, and so we looked up different classes and stuff. Anyways, so Ron, go ahead.
Well, I hope he has fun. Like,
Yeah.
you know, well, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have fun.
They-
Like,
Ron, right? You don't even say the words D&D on your show, right? Like the game that shall not be named.
yeah, you know what? Like, I use the term only in like the loosest sense because I play fantasy D20 based games, and you know I play other games based on the system. Everyday Heroes. You know, I've talked a lot about that game on my YouTube channel. It's this D20 miner with 5th edition mechanics. So yeah, but you know what? Like, I'm not going to rain on anybody's parade playing D&D, particularly if 12-year-old kids just now getting into the hobby.
Right. Yeah, and they had a blast. They had a blast, and I mean, it's one of those things where I'm sure they are getting rules wrong throughout, but they were there for 3 hours playing and had a good time.
Yeah.
And I came back, and they were all talking about, oh, remember that time when you hit the goblin or we almost died. I mean, they're telling the stories and having the same experiences that.
I think that's where my wife and I's disconnect with Gloomhaven is the rules of Gloomhaven. Like the number one rule of any role play game is like, if you don't like the rule, just change it, or just the story is more important than the rules.
Right.
So just real quick in this round, just to Carlos, so you understand, is where there could be a max
Either add to it or
well, everyone, you're always going to pull a card.
Yep.
Then you may take the row. A row can have a max of 4 cards.
Max of 4.
Oh wait.
You always pull a card and play it.
And then you can take.
Then you can take the row.
Oh.
But
once you take, you're out.
Once you take it, you're out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was.
I thought you either choose one or you take one that's already up.
Ron, you've played this,
Take the
Ron.
following steps: reveal a card.
Okay.
Put it in available. Then, when there are no more positions available,
Ron, you've played this, right?
Option B, but you can take option B.
Yes, I have.
What'd you think, Comic Hunters? I know in the chat we've got Mike Rice. He says, love all the different types of drafts in the Comic Hunters. Need to play it again. What'd you think? What's your give it the beans?
So, well, I'm not going to give a B because you guys have covered that on the stream. But the thing I enjoyed the different drafting styles. It just bleeds into obviously the aesthetics, right? Like, it's comic book covers. Like, I grew up reading comics. I didn't collect them as much.
Pretty sure
But
it's written
the
wrong.
gorgeous game to look at. And
This
like,
is an option. This is an option.
comic, yeah, comic covers all across the decade. So,
That's how we played it.
yeah.
But would this game be up for an art award, right? Because you talk about the art, comic book covers really. Like, I feel like it's almost like a
No.
cheat.
I know there were some problems with the translation.
Like,
No,
it's
it's not up
gorgeous,
for-
but they
no.
kind of stole everything.
I think it's an option. It's option.
No, I wouldn't put it up for an art.
Have to be
I wouldn't
option.
put it up for an art award because, like, the art comes from
I'm good with my place.
from comic book covers that were already done. The art wasn't done for the game. Like, you could say that the game exists because of the art. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's the geeky part about this game is looking at all the comic book covers and really trying to figure out like all the various things. So it is one or the other. It's either pick a row or add to a row.
Yeah, and somebody can correct us if they know the game really well, but I believe I know there were some bad translations in the rule book.
The one time when you taught it from before, it was one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just trying to clarify. Sorry, Ron, we're trying to clarify some of the rules
You're
here.
great, Ron.
Yeah. So if there's any negative, like, it can really be hard to balance the different ways to collect comics and score points.
I'm starting to feel that like right now. Like we're in our second draft, and I feel like I have no real direction
First round.
because there's so many things we're drafting for. Like every tag on its own.
But
Yeah.
you'll get to that.
Yep.
Like once you start organizing your collection, that will then give you direction for the future.
Yeah. So, like, it would be. So, but that's the impression I came away from the game with, right? Like, man, it's hard to try to pick a direction because I didn't really know, and maybe that changes with more playthroughs or what have you.
Yeah.
But well, if you can't tell by my enthusiasm talking about the game or calling in, this is definitely a buy for me.
Oh yeah. I'll be interested to see the price point. That's I guess the one unknown right now is how much it's going to cost, but
Right.
I don't think it's going to matter too much. I don't think they're going to price it crazy, and as long as it's not out of the out of.
I just got to be a $50, $60 game.
I would assume, yeah, probably 40, 50. I
Yeah.
would think 60. I would be maybe pushing it for me. Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
the big thing will be, I think for like you said, the rule book, getting a full English rule book will be good, like an official one.
That's what Wayne's looking forward to is an official PDF rulebook you can print out.
Yeah.
Or Carlos can read it in his sleep. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I guess I skipped over
Max
the
for a
whole
size
rule
is
book thing.
5?
4.
4. It's 4. Oh, okay. So we're-
Yeah, we're over here trying to negotiate how we want to interpret stuff because we don't have the official.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah. It's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard for me to put like the rule book in the negatives because
Now-
because
In the chat,
It was-
we had Charles talk about copying and pasting a rulebook into an AI. Could we copy and paste a Portuguese rulebook into the AI?
I'm sure you
And then
could.
ask it in
I don't know,
English.
that's the question. it doesn't have the Google the translatability. Yeah.
We might break the internet.
Yeah.
Like the internet might just break down.
If a tree falls in the woods. Yeah.
Oh, we have to set up a convention now.
Yeah. One thing we didn't explain in real detail, we'll do it after the call, is the organizing of the collection. So, Carlos,
We'll talk about that.
realize, yeah, we'll have to explain
Thank
to you how
you.
that works. But, yeah.
speaking of after the call, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
I just wanted to call and express my enthusiasm and jealousy.
I appreciate
That you're
that.
playing such a wonderful game, and that was basically it. So,
It's always great to hear from you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Ron.
Just shuffle it up good.
likewise, enjoy your game.
Thank you, Ron.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
man.
Ron.
Good night.
Good night, Ron.
Oh, that's right. Let me double check because I think after that last one.
Phone lines are open. 813-618-7099 is the number. We are playing games and talking
Okay.
to anyone who wants to talk to us about games.
So after the flea market, that was what we just did. The flea market. The first play, I can choose to give this to somebody else, so that in the convention
You can choose first.
We
or
are
last.
playing Comic Hunters. Wayne is trying to remember how to teach us. Talk to me about organizing the collection.
All right, so
What did we
organize
miss
the
there?
collection, right? So this is like when I talk about like if you want to put down 3 Spider-Man,
Right.
So of your hand, you're gonna want to figure out which cards you want to keep and
Okay.
what cards you want to play. If you want to play the cards, you have to pay for the cards. So you're gonna like about half your cards you're gonna play into your collection. The other half you're gonna use to pay.
Because
for
every
it.
card has a value,
Right.
and that value is also the cost that I need to spend to keep
Right,
that card.
right.
So if I want to keep a 2, I need to spend
Two
two,
value.
which
Either
could
1,
be
2, or
2
2
ones,
Yeah, right.
or 1 2 to
Yeah,
keep that.
You can overpay, but you can't underpay, right?
So there are times you want to buy a crappy set of
Right.
4
'Cause I
cards.
might use those for just buying for
Yeah,
things.
my one play, that was I took at least 2 or 3 of these 9 rounds. I was drafting for value. Like
Just
I
for
already
money.
I already had cards in my hand I knew I wanted to play. I just knew I needed 9.
And you can
value
keep
or
some
whatever.
card. You can keep 1 or 2 cards between rounds. Like you can keep some cards in your hand.
Oh yeah, is it like 1 literally?
Yeah, I think it's one card.
1 card.
And Carlos, you can keep
Oh, no, it's
sets in front of
more.
you as long as you've got 2 matching comic book characters. So in other words, like if
I can play them as a pair in front of me. As long as I got 2, I can add to them
later on, yes. But you couldn't pay 2, like I can't play 2 to keep this Black Panther if I don't have another Black Panther card with it.
You
That's-
can relocate cards later, but you
Reorganize.
can't. Yeah, you can reorganize your collection.
I need to get more cards. Like I have everything I want to keep.
Right.
I need
That's
I need
it.
more
You start-
cards.
start
So now you
drafting
need
for
cards
value.
to pay. So the 3s now in this auction are going to be valuable. Sometimes you may just take a couple of 3s that you're not actually planning to
And I
use.
see you mixing the 1 2s and 3s into one
So
deck.
anything we discarded from any prior round goes in here. There was a certain preceded number of cards here, and then anything that got thrown away went into this
Yeah,
deck.
and so in the future rounds, whatever you pay with goes to this deck
We'll go
to be
ahead.
recycled.
So they'll come back out
And
again.
here's the theme of this. This is great. It starts with like individual collectors with the 1s. Then you got 2s and then 3s. So these mini games are always played with 1s, 2s, and 3s. At the end of that, the theme is stuff that doesn't get sold in a flea market or in the shop. It's going to end up at the convention. 1, 2, and 3. All
I
that
like
stuff.
it.
So 1, 2s, and 3s, and then this is
5 by
all
5.
the leftovers.
Okay. Remember.
5 by 5 with the 1 in the middle, and hole in the middle.
So now a hole in the middle. So now we're making a 5 by. So now we're at the convention.
Hole in the middle.
So theme wise,
Five by five.
we are at the convention,
I'm just excited about the hole in the middle.
and this kind of works like, and this is where Mike Rice was talking about all the different ways that you
me up.
draft here.
There you go.
This is very innovative ways to draft. This one is supposed to give you the feel of being at a convention by going up and down rows and aisles
And so
of
I'm gonna
vendors.
Nick go first.
Screw you.
So in this
It's a
case,
snake. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
So it'll go Nick, me, you, and then you'll go
Double tap me and back
it.
around.
So Nick can move one of those 4 cards, slide
To
it,
the
and
center.
then he calls a row and a character from that row and takes all the cards from that character.
As
row.
long as he can say that the characters match. He would have to line up the characters.
Right.
So right now he could leave it and say Captain America and take 3 Captain Americas
threes,
here.
yep.
Yeah.
Captain.
Kind
Or he could say Iron Man, take 2 Iron Mans from here, and that's going to start leaving holes.
Now wait a minute. Could he grab 2 from this? Because
Take
there's
2
a
Iron
Captain
Mans.
America
Yep, doesn't matter.
in
You can just say
between.
2 Iron Mans right here, and they're just
It's
taking
the whole in that
anything
whole
in that row or anything in that column.
Okay.
It
Can
just
you
so happened that these are in a row.
can you snake?
No. Rows and columns.
Okay.
Row or column. You name a row or a column and
Copy
a
that.
character, and you take it.
Yeah.
Take as many as there are in that row or column.
I like this tableau style of drafting.
Drafting.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Earth, right? The feelings of Earth, where you're trying to set things up in a certain way.
Oh yeah.
Some of the objectives in Earth had to do with creating rows and
Yeah, and I'll just do the 3 cards for Captain America.
Beans and Dice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Pretty good.
It's only 5.
Hey,
value.
what's up? It's Ed. I'm calling from Cleveland.
Hello, Ed from Cleveland. We are playing games. What are you up to?
Well, I'm watching your show. I'm watching you play games.
Great.
I like it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I got 2 questions. The first is about your name, because I just stumbled on. I can see where the dice comes into the name, but what about the bean?
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go there. Ed, right? Ed from Cleveland.
Yeah.
We got a few callers from Cleveland.
Ohio.
Columbus for the most
Yeah,
part.
Columbus, Ohio. Yeah.
All right, so here, where it really comes from, I would be the beans to my rice, right? We were in Tampa. I'm Puerto Rican. Beans and rice, that's my staple. So the beans and dice is play off of that. I would be the beans of the show, and because it started with just my buddy Rob and I. He would be the rice because he's white
white
and
guy.
occasionally salty.
Yeah, a little salty. A little soy. Yeah.
That's where that comes from. Thank you for asking that.
It's been a while.
If you have an Asian member, you should call them the rice one.
Well, we have had
Raphael.
Raph has been a big part of the show. We have a good time
we
here
should
in
be in a
Tampa.
Well, my second question was, can you all take your shirts off and get naked?
Wait, that would be after the 10 o'clock hour? We call that
After
the after dark? A little too soon for that.
Okay. How long are you going to be live for?
We usually run the show till about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Yeah, usually it's mostly just news topics and updates on what we've been up to.
It's 11 Eastern,
but tonight we started some game nighting tonight and didn't want to stop it, so we figured we'd just keep playing.
Oh, nice. Right. So I'll wait another hour then.
There you go.
Don't hold your breath, Ed. Much appreciated, though.
Okay. Have a few more of your dog drinks.
Yeah, there you go.
You got it.
We'll see where the night goes. You know?
Who knows?
Happy gaming, Ed.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for the call.
Happy gaming.
Bye. Those folks in Ohio, man. They're frisky out there.
Yeah.
Actually, quick shout out, since our good friend Ed mentions the beer, we should note that we're all drinking Your Turn beer here.
Yes.
From different, we got Rob's doing a Blue Paw Sea Dog. We got some Night Swim from Coppertail. I've got
I think
Shipyard.
Nick bought out the surplus of beer from Your Turn
Thor.
That's right.
and brought it over tonight for gaming.
That's right. So this one too.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
So
Grab a double.
Dan, or any fans of Your Turn, we got Your Turn kind of in Studio B here in liquid form.
An homage there. Is it me yet?
No, not you yet. Sit down. Wait your
I
turn.
know, I will.
Turn.
I like this. This snake draft is very interesting.
You're gonna get it twice.
I think that what most people love about this game is the four different mini games that you play over 3 rounds, and the thematic tie-in to really how you can justify how each of these little mini games actually makes sense when you talk about comic book collecting.
Well, I mean, I was like gleeful as I was getting to explain the flow of that to Carlos just now. How it's like starts out with just some ones, just individual folks moving. Like this is like us just in a store.
In a store, yeah.
And then you've got your flea market. Things are getting a little more big, and then you've got online auction, and all of those leftovers end up in this big convention. So you've got your ones, twos, and threes. I admit I didn't notice that flow the first time I played. That it was ones, twos, threes printed there, so you can actually see. And then each round ends with that D, the the convention.
So, Carlos, you can move any one card anywhere within that 5x5 grid, and then you call a character and do the row or column.
Yeah, and you can slide it as long as it can slide without touching.
You can go around the outside, but just in the middle. Anything that can slide through the
I
middle.
can't go out the outside.
No.
Can't go outside.
Round the outside. Round the outside. 2 trailer park.
And then now is when you're looking at value.
And you'll get 2
you've
turns in
got
a row.
3 that you can move anywhere. Like take
Yeah,
a couple
and you know what?
threes.
Even if I don't grab matching cards, I can match them up and grab it for the 3s just to be able to get some buying power.
Correct,
Right.
correct.
Like, as much as I wasn't collecting.
Black Panther?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get 6 buying power and buy 3.
I know, because then I can keep the other stuff I want. We're going to do that. Chester Wilson says, give it the beans. That's the plan. We're playing a lot of games so that we can give more beans on these
Now
games.
you go again.
I get to go
You get to go
again.
back-to-back in the
Look
snake draft.
at that. So now I can get that Thor
Gonna give some rights.
over there. Let's go, Thor, let's go. We're going to slide here, and then we're going to say, I want the Thors in this row, and that gives me these 2 Thors.
Thor's been popular. I'm going to go, I guess just for value here, I'm probably going to go Captain America.
5 right there.
Yep. That's one way to
Taking the only players left. I will be stuck with.
So after this round, each round of the game, again, we play A, Bs, and Cs, and Ds. We play 3 of those in, I would say random, but they're not really random. They're printed on the board. But after 3 of them, they will...
That would make it the least random.
Variable, not random. But it's what I was looking for, not random.
It can't be variable if it's printed.
So after this one, we're going to do the first organization
two
of
Dr.
our
Strange.
collection.
Yeah.
Too cheap, Dr. Strange.
Can we verify how many cards you can carry over from round to round?
I was looking for that.
Oh, we need to
I'm
find
gonna
that
take
because
Strange.
I remember there were rounds I carried 2 or 3 or 4 cards over, so there is some rule on that. I
Okay.
can't remember.
You can follow
See if
that
I can
real
find it. Yeah.
Do I really just want to take a single Hulk, or am I taking a couple of Spider-Men? I think I'm taking a couple of Spider-Men. So
Slide Spidey in there, grab all the Spideys
Okay,
in
now
that
those guys
row.
come and they get put back in this deck.
Because
They'll
we've completed our snake draft.
That we've completed the snake draft. So now we're up to the last phase of round 1. And so, Carlos, we're going to... This is organization. Yeah.
Organizer Collection.
So now you decide what cards you want to play and what cards you want to pay for.
Why you keep touching my list?
Because it's in the way of the board. The folks at home want to see the board.
Yeah, I got you.
Put it on your right or left. Let's see. I have to pay for them.
Yep. So I usually, just talking it out, I usually try to figure out what cards would I definitely want to keep.
And then figure out what I
And
can
then figure
throw
out
away.
what I can pay for and go from there, yeah.
That's not jumping out of me here.
I don't, yeah.
Is there a limit?
There has to be.
Take it to the limit.
Otherwise, you just hold them all into your hand at the end and then display them all, right?
Yep, exactly.
Take it.
Into the round on the schedule. Advance the schedule marker to the next round. It doesn't say on there anywhere, does it? No. Must be under the organizing.
Can I carry over any?
That's what we're looking up now. You can. I'm just trying to see if there's a limit to the number you can.
Why would I ever get rid of anything?
A maximum of 2 cards from one round to the next. Yeah, that's what I was
2.
saying. Yep, so 2 cards carry over.
Cool.
So, yep, I'm going to be a little behind here, so you're going to have to give me a minute, but we can go.
Do we do this in order or is this simultaneous?
You can
all
play 'em.
simultaneous.
Nobody can influence you here, so you can play them as you like. As Nick has already started splaying
Smoke 'em
over
if
there.
you got 'em?
I'm just putting it into.
Which is fine. No, that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah, we
display
trust
'em just
each
like
other.
you're
Yeah, we
doing.
kind of like,
Yep.
yeah. We're just,
Oh, it doesn't matter. Nobody can affect you at this point.
Oh, trust that you're paying for them.
Oh, well, yeah, we show them and then pay them if you want. If we want to audit.
Cheat on stream, it's an achievement.
Woohoo! If you get away with it. If you can do it, get away with it on
We'll
stream.
watch.
All right, let's see here. I've got a set of
do that
Thors that I'm going to
perfect.
lay down.
I think I did that perfectly right.
Right, because you got to lay them down in a set.
Yeah, so it has to be at least a set of 2.
So I got a set of Thors.
Yep, so 4.
So 4 Thors.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and
They're
figure out how you
valued
pay for
at
that.
4,
3, 4,
5, 6, 7.
So you need to pay
So I would
$7.
pay $7 to keep them. So if I this Spidey, oh, that's a Hulk though. Hulk.
Yep, so you got those. That's a
I'm
multi
gonna keep
tagger.
that.
Multi tagger.
So we got a 3 with a Black Panther,
Forget about these and those. So.
and then a 3 with another Black Panther, and $1 from the Black Widow. That's $7. Where do these go now that I've used
They're
these
going
as
to go
currency?
into. I'm going to turn these sideways just so I don't get confused.
Yeah, that's those go in there.
Okay, let's do that.
So that's for currency.
That's
That
going
would
to go
go
to the next
there.
convention. There's going to be available in the next big convention.
Okay, so that's how I showed the folks at home how I keep my sets. Then I will keep these 2
Yep.
Doctor Strange valued at 3. I will spend 4 to keep the Doctor Stranges. Okay.
So I kept 7, and I'm paying 7.
And that's the first third of the game.
Yep. We do this 2 more times, and then we figure out the points. Now, what will happen is, Carlos, you can count up the tags, and you move up your token. We haven't decided who's playing what color yet, actually. There's 4 colors. Like, I'm playing red. Red's me.
I'm green.
Okay. So, Carlos, you count. So, in the tags, I've got 2 eyes, 3 eyes. So move the red up to 3 on the bottom one. And I've got 1 first appearance, so I'm at 1. So, my red guy goes to 3.
Is that orange?
Orange, yeah, orange, sorry. Yeah. So 3 on that one, and 1 on the next one. And I don't have any number 1s.
All right, so for green, this is a total of everything.
Add up all your tags.
All my tags.
Are you sure, Rob, that it's by, you multiply?
Yes, we did that wrong
so-
our first game.
so
we were trying to
2
figure out how we'd ever get above 20.
Oh,
but it's because the value is there.
3,
Yeah, that's
4. Oh,
good.
so I'm 5 on the eyes. 5 on the eyes, and 1. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
All right, so for new appearances, I'm at 2 on new appearances.
Keeping 9.
For number 1 issues,
Paying 9.
I am at
Keeping
2
2.
on number 1 issues.
2, right?
And
What are
for
these
eyeballs, what does the eyeball stand for again? Oh, change in appearance.
change in
Yeah, new
appearance,
look. New look.
11,
New look.
11, I keep it 1 card.
I get 1 for the new look.
You guys had some valuables.
All right,
What color am I? How do I know?
you want to be
choose
yellow?
Either yellow or
You
black.
choose. I'll take whatever's left over.
I'll do yellow again. I was yellow.
All right, Rob can represent the unrepresented.
The black.
I'll be the. So 3 here. Oh, I'm winning.
Winning. Tiger blood.
4 in here.
That's old.
Boom.
I'm old.
And 2 here.
Who's got a Beta Ray Bill?
Beta Ray Bill. I don't know.
We got Chester
would've-
says he spies a Beta
Probably
Ray
one
Bill.
of yours at one point.
I have 2 number 1s.
And Rob, you kept 11 value. That's nice.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah, you must have had
I don't
some
think I didn't get a whole lot there. Yeah, I had 11 to throw and 1 left over.
So, Carlos, so I have 3 Hulks, right? 3
number
Hulks
one.
would be 6 points.
When do we score points?
At the end, this is at the end of the game.
Everything scores at the
Complete.
end.
Yeah,
Okay,
everything
yep.
scores at the end.
So you can manipulate. You can move stuff around between collections.
So I still got time to make changes.
3.
So you got 4
6. Ooh, good.
4 Thor, right?
So that
So
would
4
be.
Thor is 5 points. When you get that 5th one, you go to
Eyeball,
10.
nothing.
And I currently have. What is that? Number of sets? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that is the number in
In
your
a set.
collection. That's the number of sets that are at least
Number-
3 size.
At least 3 sides. So I only have 1.
1 right now, right? He's
Copy
got
that.
2, 1, 1. All right, and that's it. Now we go back to Lola, which is the store, the drafting. So we each get.
Everyone gets 4 cards.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and you notice. What is I guess for the draft?
We do
and
each one of them
for-
twice.
And yeah, but for these 2, it's determined you're going to get 4 cards. For this one, you can get variable cards, and this one you can get a max of 4 cards, right? Or maybe 5 cards.
Yeah.
Now there's 3 left over here. Do I just throw these into here?
I think they stay, and we draw from there. We keep drawing from there. Yeah.
Oh no, this is done. We're
We're
done.
never
with
need them
Lola
again.
now.
They
We're done.
probably go out of the game.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There may be there's probably an official rule,
that's
but
fine. We'll just
I
put it
think they go out. I don't remember throwing them in there.
I'm really happy that I got this set of 4 cards. Thank you.
I hate all 4 of these cards.
Tell me how you really feel. Do you really like those cards?
That is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like,
Hot freaking
not gonna
Talk to me about adding to my collections. At what point can I add?
at the end of this round.
reorganizations.
So at the
completely
next
reorganize.
organization, you
As long
can
as I
add-
pay for them, I can
you
add
can
it to the
add to
set.
existing.
Or
You
start a
can
new
move them
one.
around. So like if I did a Doctor Strange collection, right? I can move this Doctor Strange over there because this whole collection would still be 2 in size.
2 rules are that you always have to move to a collection that's going to be 2 or more, and then you can't ever take one down to 1. It
Okay.
always has to stay at 2.
So it always needs to be a
And are we
set.
passing to the left again, or passing to the right this time?
It's always to the right.
I think it's always the same way, but yeah.
Gonna make a change. Thank you, Carlos.
Do that. I'll go this way. Yes, left. There we go. That's my left.
I wonder how Ed's doing.
They're doing okay.
Ed in Cleveland?
He's waiting. He's still.
They're bored out of their mind over
Sitting
there.
next to his computer.
It's 10:03. He's like, wait a minute, your shirt's still on.
We started a few minutes late.
That's not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen.
Well, we could,
Don't hold your breath.
we could tell him to subscribe to Dan's channel if he ever does. The
Yeah.
Dan do the Naked Gamer.
naked
Yeah.
reviews. Naked reviews.
Naked reviews. Yeah, naked reviews. Oh, what is this garbage?
This is hot
wow.
garbage.
This
What
is
did you-
this is all like
This
I'm
is
going to
all
be using
crap.
this to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only one. That's the thing.
I know that's the problem.
I guess I should keep that one, but I get this.
hot garbage and hot garbage and hot garbage.
Okay, so I can't see that yet because I don't want to
Oh, yes.
influence.
Well, there's nothing you
Put it
can-
on the table. Don't hold it up. Yeah, he's gonna get it anyway. Well, it can influence what he takes.
Yes.
There. Yeah. All right. So that's one. While Nick's thinking, we'll go ahead and move to the
Draft that,
C.
get that.
Oh, you two.
So you can see there what I have now drafted. So I got to do something with this.
This is our first time with the C, right? So you have maximum of
So
5.
this is the auction.
5, 4, 3.
So it's 5, 4, 4, 3.
5, 4, 4, 3.
You
That's
make-
the number 3s.
Yep. Oh, and you. Oh, sorry. You after
Oh yeah, well, that's right. We're gonna figure out how the first player moves.
the convention. The convention will have all players have gotten cards twice. After that, the first player will choose another player to receive the first marker token. So you could have given that to somebody else.
Yeah, and this is the first time it matters because the draft. The draft. There's no
Yeah.
first player.
Yeah, in the draft you don't move around. So who would you have given?
You're officially supposed to do that before you see these.
Yeah,
So
I
without looking
I
too
haven't
close.
looked. I'll just
Yeah.
hand it back to Wayne. I'll go last. That way I get to decide.
All right. And let me show. I don't. And I know that after the draft you don't change.
Now, more I'm thinking about this, I think these do go in there.
Yeah.
The leftovers do go in. Yeah.
Yeah, and then because that's what's used to
It helps
make
beef up the
convention.
convention, yeah. And they all shuffle, so they're not all going to get used to the convention anyway. So in this one again, Carlos, on your turn, whoever's first player will choose one of the 4 rows, and then they will be the first to bid. The bid is it one time around, or does it, no? It goes till you pass.
Goes to your pass.
And when you
And
pass,
you're
you're out.
bidding with these 15
your
victory
points?
points.
So you're going to do this twice. Remember, this is not going to go to reset at 15 later. If you spend some now, and then you're going to spend one when we do
Spend
this.
it all now or
Yeah.
save some for
Yeah,
later.
you're going to have 2 times we're going to do this kind of draft, the online draft.
Wow.
And we're buying the set,
And
Yeah.
I think
the row.
Right. So you're going to place I think we used the first player marker or something. You place it at the end of whichever one we're bidding on.
at this point, any cards that we carried over from last round can just be part of our hand at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Look and see what
There's a lot to like here.
Yeah. I like the
There's-
4 different auctions.
Yeah.
It's a
They're
lot of
fun.
I like the mini games.
All right.
and how
I'm
it's
gonna
different every time.
choose to start with this.
What you bidding, bro?
And I'm
The Iron Man row.
I am bidding 1.
So let's go ahead and plus this here. to show
One.
one on that. So 1 I can increase. So you're bidding out of those points. I don't think I want that garbage.
So 10.
I'm gonna pass.
I don't want that garbage.
I'm
10.
out. I'm out.
2.
I'm gonna say, I mean, you can't give them 12 value for one.
I'm gonna rely on you two to do it. I'm not gonna get in on that.
Oh, what are those 3s? 3, 2.
Huh?
No. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, we skipped. Yeah, there's no Bs. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, no B.
I'll go. Wait, you just went 2?
2.
Okay.
Dos.
I'll double that and go 4.
4, Dwayne.
5.
I'm out. Been out. Still out. Not coming back.
7.
7. Yeah, y'all can go up by 1. You don't have to go up by 2.
I know, right?
We're trying to play the game.
Good lord, guys.
Trying to make a statement.
But the thing is, if I go up
This
by
isn't-
1 and he
this
goes
isn't
up by
Hollywood
1, it's going to be
Blockbuster.
up by 3 by the time it comes back around. I'm trying to get him out.
Again, if you were to bid on this and somehow win it with a bid of 1, which people wouldn't let you, you still have to pay a minimum of 1 per card.
Yeah.
Right, so that row.
It's always a
It's
minimum
worth
of
at least
1.
4. Yes, it's always a minimum of 1. So even if you win it with a 1,
Might as well
still-
start at 4.
Point is you're at 7 right now.
Right.
And
Well, with that knowledge, I'd be at 2.
The way it's been going, you should bid 10.
I'm gonna pass. Okay.
All right. 7 to
7.
8 to Wayne. Or 7 to Wayne.
7 to Wade. Chester says 7.
7, take it, buy it.
7?
I'll let Carlos have it for 7.
Yeah.
We'll see.
take it
We'll
for
see if
7.
this. If I lose the game, it was this moment right here.
No, I remember this being an important bidding round.
There was
He's
a
got 12
thing
buying
with the
power,
first player in
right?
this. It seems like whoever wins it, it rotates to the next person after them. Double check that if you can real quick. I'll go ahead and slide these up.
So I got 3 icons
If allows
for
one
the
by a
first
player who made the
appearance.
starting bid, the player immediately left chooses the next one.
Okay.
If not, the first
Stays with
player
you.
will choose
Yeah,
again and
so you
bid
choose again.
again.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. I knew there was some weird rules about that.
Makes sense.
He's going there. for the 4-card row. So if
Four.
You're gonna bid
Four,
at least
there.
4. That one's a little more appealing to me.
Go. That song. Gotta get the song out of my head.
I'll go 5.
He can't. He's
8.
already- no, you
You're
can't.
out. You're out. Say 10, but it don't matter.
I'll go 6.
Say whatever number you want.
Jodak says, go 12.
7.
7. He said what?
I said 6.
Oh, I think he said 5. Okay. I'll pass.
So it's 7 to me.
7 to Nick. 7 to Nick.
Captivating television.
Oh yeah.
Listen, we're boring. Call in.
Yeah, we're wearing the lavalier and mics tonight. I don't know if we've mentioned that officially. I think we talked about the sound being a little off tonight, so it's a little different. Feedback, if you want to feedback on that, those who
know how
watch
it
regularly, to let us. We know it's not as good, but is it horrible? I guess is my question, because we might do more of this in the future while we're playing games and things.
Sounds fun in my ear.
Yeah,
it
the
does.
headphones. Yeah,
But we
it's a
don't
little.
know what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a little trebly, a little tinny. It's not as deep as normal, but it doesn't sound horrible through our headphones. So
I got to figure out how to pay for these cards.
Yeah.
yeah, if you want,
We still have one more. We still have the convention
we
to go.
got a third one to go. Yeah, this will be our last convention.
I go 8.
Oh no. Damn it. Oh yeah, convention each round. Okay, so convention happens twice.
9.
All right, I pass.
No,
Ooh,
convention happens
wow.
3 times.
Yeah, it does. That's the only one that happens 3 times, I guess.
Yeah, the D.
All right, so you did. So I get to
He-
choose.
Yeah, and he just did 9. That was what? What are you? Orange?
Yeah.
Aren't you glad?
Aren't you glad you
I,
didn't say
I
tomatoes?
should have gone
You go down.
8.
You go down
with
to
you.
4.
Probably would have gotten.
I like
8.
that set I got, though. I was happy with it.
Would you have gone 9 for
No,
that?
you go down
No.
to 6. You go
I
down-
just I feel like going less than half and
Yeah,
still having another
that's killing me.
convention.
That's what it was.
Or another,
I
um,
needed that because this. I'm not doing any of this, so I'm like, I don't. That would kill me. I guess it'd give me a shitload of buy power though.
Yes.
Taffer?
Yes, these 3s are nice to have.
10.
And be able
I'll
to
go
buy
there.
them all for
5. Is that the money one? Is that the one you wanted?
So right now we're Nick and Rob are bidding.
Right. So whoever wins this one, the next person is gonna get that for 3.
Gets that
3.
for 3.
Yeah.
And which is not a horrible thing.
Yeah.
All of these score.
That's true.
Yep, the first appearances and the change of looks, or the first look,
First
New
look.
look, new
New
look.
look. First
new look,
appearance.
and first appearances.
I mean, here 3 out of 5 do, so it's still pretty good.
So many
You can make
tags.
it easy. You can give me that for 5.
That's pretty easy
No,
for
no,
3.
no, 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 no.
You only care about
I'll
3
just
of
go
them,
6.
right?
7.
You only care about 3.
But Ron's right.
8.
You've got this pyramid over there, a hierarchical pyramid of value. And then down here,
I'll
you've
go
got the scoring tags. So deciding where to put your energy and effort.
That's what makes this
All
game
right,
great.
you take it for 9.
Okay.
That's nice. You get
You get
5
that for
cards
3.
for 9. Because I get this for 3.
Okay.
So that's
So I go down to 6.
Yep, and I'm only at 12.
There you go.
Actually, you only got one more card than me for the 9.
Yeah, but one more card.
Yeah.
The extra.
All right. Now
extra
we go to
3.
convention. So
Convention time.
shuffle that 5x5 grid.
I like this aisle thing, the aisles of
convention's
the
fun.
convention.
That's probably my favorite one.
After
How does
that,
that work?
I got to double check.
Because yeah, who officially had it? I had it. I won the bid. It went to Nick then.
No, it doesn't move.
No?
It just says if the lot is won by the player who's the starting bid, immediately left chooses the new one to auction. If not, the first player who will be able to choose a different lot. So now the first
okay.
player will choose another first player.
I stayed with you then.
So now I get to give it to somebody
Okay,
else.
gotcha.
So
Before I lay
I'll
out.
go Carlos. It'll go Carlos. Boom. Like that's what's funny. Like that's what I don't know about this convention thing. Is it better to be first, last, or in the middle?
I remember last time
I like double.
we played. You and Dan
Double pick?
were trying to figure that out, and it felt like it was completely dependent on the layout.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like, who knows?
That's what you have to
But see, being somewhere in the middle is nice because you open up gaps
You have
for
more
me to
control.
maneuver, and then I
if
can
you're-
double
if you're last,
maneuver.
you can go twice. You may not get as many cards, but
I have control of the gap that I create to then make my second pick a strong pick.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate to do it again, but I think we're gonna let you go.
that's fine.
first.
I mean, it's,
Wait, how do we
if you-
decide?
I'm the first player
First player
because he gave it
decides.
to me. Then I choose who's the first player, so I gave it to Nick.
So now, for me,
Tell me about this first player marker. It's moving around weird.
It does. Each
Each-
different kind of bid, it
Each
moves
bid
differently.
it moves around differently.
Differently.
Yes.
It would describe differently.
So in multiple ones, the person who's the first player at the end of a round gets to choose who goes first in the next auction part of it.
Okay.
So I was the first player in the auction site. At the end of that round, I choose who gets it, and I gave it to Nick. So
This is why it's bouncing on that, because I'm
he
just
gave
curious
it to
over
me.
here.
He gave it to me. I gave it back to him. He gave it to me. Yeah.
I haven't had a sniff of this first player marker yet.
Yeah. You might after this, because Nick probably won't give it back to me now. Because he's tired of picking first in this.
No, although I mean, then this is the scenario here where
You got three
you
in
can
the
get. You can get lucky. Like here, it's not as good as it can possibly be, but it's not. This doesn't suck. Black Panther for a value of 8 right here.
Nice.
Very
I'll
nice.
take 2,
You
3.
don't open up anything in the middle. You kept it
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you can still move to here.
suck it up.
You could move this card to here,
Yeah,
or
that's
this
it.
card to here, or this card to here.
Or
Yeah,
over
or
there.
like this guy down
Yeah.
or something. But
But it's still a 5x5.
It's not cool. I don't like.
Appreciate the first pick.
Yeah, that was good for you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks. Good for you.
Oh yeah, if you pick first, it's much more luck based because I need there to be a good pick in the opening setup, and I need there to be like not the worst pick in the world in the end.
What I need is a bunch of crappy cards all in a row so that I can use them to buy the cards I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and your position is the most strategic because you get to take both your turns in
Yeah,
a row, and
back to back.
you can set one up for the other, and
Man, there's not a lot of Captain America. There's not a lot of.
you can
Iron Man out
mitigate
there.
you can mitigate bad luck
Yeah.
basically. Whereas
That you
I'm
whatever the
dependent
flop
on
was is
whatever
what you
it
get.
was. Yep.
Yep. And like right now, I can't figure out where to get more than 2 cards. So that kind of sucks for me.
When will this title come out?
Later this
Sometime
year.
this year.
Yeah,
I don't know if they announced a date yet, so I would assume later this
I'm not a
year.
comic
think
book
I'm gonna
guy,
We're gonna do Black
This is
Panther.
fun. Just 'cause
but
the
this
draft.
is good.
Yeah, just because the draft.
The
is
draft
beginning.
Still
is
gotta
this could
find
be
out.
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I can be buying like pumpernickel bread.
Yeah, the theme does
You know,
a lot
I don't
for me,
care.
but the
The theme does
gameplay.
nothing for you. The gameplay does, but
Yeah.
like for someone like me, or if you're a comic book fan at all, like this theme is just phenomenal.
The theme does nothing for me. The gameplay.
No, you didn't collect comics at all, man.
I never did.
A little bit.
3 of them.
Okay. No.
I think like Superman when he died.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So I didn't do comic books, but I like the Marvel Universe. Although I find that, and this is just a general board game topic, as soon as there are icons tied to play, that's all I see. Like I think it's cool that these covers are real covers. Not gonna lie, I'm looking at these cards and I'm just looking at the icons.
Okay,
Like
alright.
it's, I mean, if I think about it, I'll look at the cover. But like maybe I'm going to now.
So I look at the covers. I look at the year it came
twice.
out, and like
Oh yeah, there's like text at the bottom
Yeah.
here. I wasn't looking at any of that.
it could tell you the year the comic book cover came out and what the comic is. Like Black Panther's Prey, version 1, 1990. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Oh, I'm trying to math out some options here for.
So you have the benefit of going twice in a row now.
Thor
so
number 3. I got Thor number 3 over here. Look out.
Yeah.
They're so far apart. How do I get them together?
Yeah, and what sucks is like that card's there, so you can only move like those.
Yep.
You can get 3 Captain Americas.
I know that is nice. That's probably where I'm going to use
I thought about it. I almost
Five
cap
value,
to pay
yeah.
for something.
Yeah.
Number 1. Got a couple of number 1s.
But I want to
I guess
get.
anything with the number 1.
I do want to get some valuable caps, so I will
Yeah, you gotta be
go
happy with the
there
4, 5,
to
6.
grab 3,
Yeah, 6 of them.
get some money there, and then on my second pick, since we're snaking,
Yep.
now I might
Now
be able to
you
get.
you can manage
No,
the
you just
entire
can't come
outside.
past that row.
Right.
Get some Hulk.
Come all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, and then say Hulk.
For 2 Hulk.
Suck.
I'll go Doctor Strange.
Wow, you guys really all.
We left you. Hey, you gotta get to the con quick. That's why you gotta
know.
run in.
Yeah.
No running.
No, right
Fast
on.
walking.
That sucks. I need value now. Crap. There's a Spidey.
Remember calling, folks?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, interrupt us. We put our cards down. We'll talk to you.
Black Panther. I think
Yeah.
you do Black Panther.
The 3, and then actually I like that because it gives me a 4.
Now I gotta figure out. This is where it's like really gonna get quiet.
Now you do your collection,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Sorry,
So
folks.
Matt, call in and
This is where it
talk
gets
to
bad.
us and tell us that goes down the convention. Yeah.
Folks at home can kind of see where we're at.
Start counting cards.
All right, so I want to get those. I do want to. I want to get these 2 Hulks, so y'all can see that.
Ooh, that's expensive.
I need to add these Captain Americas because I want to get a nice big set. So I got a couple Captain Americas that I want to keep here.
I got a nice big set.
So I got to figure out
That's
how
a
to
nice
keep
big set,
that. And then I've got I know that Captain America, or those are Thors. I know that Captain America is not valuable, but I have 5 of them.
Does he know he's talking out loud?
I am talking out
Yes.
loud. There are 5 of them.
He likes
I'm talking to the folks at home.
Talks to himself.
I'm talking to the folks at home. Do I try to keep the 5 Captain Americas, or seeing that Iron Man is more valuable up on the hierarchy, do I try to keep the 3 Iron Man set together? I think that's going to be the play, is to try to keep the 3 Iron Man sets together. So those are the sets that I want to start buying. So now I got to figure out the buy power. The total cost of all that is going to be 5, 9, 15, $17. Do I have $17 to keep that? The answer is no. Flat out no.
Not even a little.
So
Oh.
3, 6, 9, 10.
Oh my goodness.
3, 6, 9, 10.
Yeah, looks good to me. Let me real quick. So 3,
Keeping these
6,
two.
9, 10, 12, 13.
Okay.
Damn.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, I can keep
I'm going to have to get rid of some of
Or
these
is that those?
Captain Americas, or these Iron Mans, just to keep the cards I'm having. So this set here will pay for my... Let's see, that'll pay for 1 Thor, a 2nd Thor, that'll pay for a Hulk.
Keep that one.
These 2 will pay for the other Hulk. And then over here,
Riveting television.
It is. This is hard
honestly,
math.
in the chat, let us know how we sound tonight, please, if you're listening.
I'm just going to hang on to these 2.
There's 7 or 8 people, 10 people watching, something like that. So make sure you give us a thumbs up and a like, even if this is boring. But hopefully you're getting an
Yeah,
idea.
we'll get back to more normal stuff next week.
Yeah,
And we got to talk about the Hall of Fame board next
Yeah.
week. We've got to solidify our decisions. But Diego had was it Diego that posted the idea?
Yeah, Diego
Yeah.
Posted the idea of taking the top 3 games from last year off our top 20 list at the end of the year,
Yeah, but that means they go in the Hall of Fame permanently.
giving them Hall of Fame permanent status. So if ever we play that game again this year, that game does not have to go to the top of our current board. So that way it doesn't take up a spot.
Yeah. So for me, I think Castles of Burgundy is coming off, obviously.
Yeah, although I would
Right,
say,
it'll open up a spot for me for Concordia. Like, I don't have to worry about Concordia going up there again. Memoir 44, and I think Clash of Cultures were my top 3.
Mine might be Comic Hunters, Concordia, and...
See, now you can play them all year, and you don't have to worry about it taking a spot on this
Yeah.
year's top 20.
Yeah.
which I get, though I will say, if a game makes a super loud splash, this is something I was thinking about when you guys were talking about this last week. Like, if you guys play a game and it would actually rival Concordia,
Yeah.
I want to know that.
True.
Right? So,
Yeah.
like, on one hand, yeah, they're not on the list anymore, but, like, what if a game is that good?
Oh, I'm sure we'll say that.
Yeah,
Right.
I think we'll talk about it. Well, I think that's something to talk about, too, is, like, if there's a game that hits my top 5, I'd be like, hey, this game's probably going to replace, or this game's probably going to make my Hall of Fame because it's as good
Right.
as Concordia or whatever,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. So I guess you just do that.
All right,
I
so
didn't know-
I'm
I didn't know
paying with
were-
those.
Yep.
Those are the cards I paid with.
Yep.
These are the cards I'm keeping.
Yep, you did
I'm
so
allowed
great.
to transfer 1 over, 2
1
over.
or 2 for the next round. Yeah.
All right, so now I've got a couple of Thors here that I'd like to add to my
You just
Thor
add-
set.
Yeah, add them to your Thor set.
So I just add them
Yep,
to my
that's
Thor
it.
set,
Yeah,
just
you
like
got-
that.
that's
You
it.
got
So
6
now I got
Thors.
6 Thors
Nice.
over there.
That's worth.
And
10
then
points.
10 points.
now I reevaluate my tags.
Correct. Yep, now you can redo your tags.
So this
Oh, yeah. And if
So like here's I'll do my eyes. So I've got 2, 4, 5, 6 on the eyes. So move me up to 1 more for the 6 there. Oh, hold on. Sorry. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 9 on eyes.
9 on eyes.
On that dude, that's 3, 4.
First appearance?
I'm at 4 for first appearance.
All right, Wayne's
And
at 4.
And I have 3 at number 1.
Oh, you put it on the
Put
board.
it on the board. There you go.
Nick, you are yellow.
Yellow for
So
eyes.
let's start with number 1s at the top here.
ones. Number ones, we've got 2, 4, 6.
6. So you're up to 6, and then first appearances
3, 6, 7.
7. All right, and then for new look.
That's the eyeball.
Yep, the eyeball.
5, 7, 8.
8. All right, so I will let's see here. I'm going to start with number 1s. I have 1, 2 number 1s. So I move. I don't move, not at all. All right, for first look or for first appearance, 3, 5, 5 for first appearance, so I get to move there. And then for new look, I'm at 1, 1, and I stay at 1. 1 it is. Robert,
Did you even buy
number
the comics?
ones. Did I even buy? Did I even go to the
Do
comic
you even
store?
comic, bro?
Number
I have
ones.
two.
Two.
Stay
Robert
same.
stays where he's at. First
you got 3.
appearance.
Remember, you got 4.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I missed this one entirely. 4. Yep, good. Good catch.
4
Thank you.
for
Four.
number
Yep.
ones.
Yep.
All right, for first appearance. Excuse me.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Put it on the board.
Damn.
That's a hard put it on the board, bro. You weren't there before.
Oh, hold on. That's that one. This one was for that one. That column. I'm already here. This one.
Oh, there it is.
9. Yeah.
Okay, first look. Let's put it on the board.
That is 3, 4, 5.
5.
Glare over here.
All right. Now we move to the next, the SIBO.
So now we're not drafting anymore. Drafting is
Drafting is
again.
done. This is the
Final round.
Add to a row or take a row. So
Add to a row or take a row,
4.
starting with 4.
now
rows.
you get to choose who the first player is.
Ooh.
Carlos, there you go.
Ah, look at that. Pity. I get the pity glasses.
It's 100%.
All right, and this is the interesting draft here, because the option is either take a row in
Or
its
add to
entirety
it.
or add to a row.
Right.
When you add to a row, now you're
Making it juicy
You
for
make it
somebody
juicy for
else.
somebody
like
else.
I'm like putting it on a platter for y'all.
Potentially.
But I also want to make nice sets for myself for later. Like I don't want to make it horrible.
Great.
Ain't nobody taking any at this early stage because there's only one. There could be a maximum of 4 cards
Maximum
in
of 4
each
cards.
row.
Yeah. Yep.
So here it is. I've got a Spidey with a first appearance. I don't see any Spidey, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't see any other first appearances.
Yeah, pretty safe. Wherever.
So you know what? I will tuck it over here to separate it from the other tags that are
That made
important for
that very,
scoring.
very enticing to Nick.
Yeah.
He's going for Spidey.
He's Spidey and
and
Captain
for
America.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But I'm going to draw.
Which is fine. Just fill it up with crap after that.
Yeah.
Don't make it too juicy. I don't put another Hulk up there.
Carlos, you want some more Thor? Or what are you doing for Thor over there?
No, I'm throwing it out, baby. Me and Milner, we're doing this.
Thor and Black Panther.
My man.
2 great tastes that taste great together.
I could use Black Panther to pay for Thor.
There you go. Hey, we'll pretend like I'm calling. Hey, this is Nick from Wesley Chapel.
Let's add let's add some crap to Nick's row.
No, I was going to say, because as we play...
Hey, Black Widow, come on now.
No, I mean ScarJo is no crap, but I mean like, you know.
I got it. Rob, myself, and Joe played Frosthaven. We kind of played Frosthaven this week.
Yeah, kind of. I told my kids.
We did well, so for folks that know or have been following Frosthaven, one of its major changes from Gloomhaven is it's not just dungeon crawler anymore. Now there's also city management. We did the city management phase of our... What are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
I'm making somebody have to take
know.
that because nobody else is going Thor. Oh, Rob.
I'm going Thor
Ooh,
right there.
Rob's going
Yeah.
Thor.
I got 5 Thor. How many Thor do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You
Oh,
just
you
gave
got
him 2
6.
Thor, man.
Wow.
He's gonna take that row.
Maybe.
He's Nick gonna take that run row.
I mean-
that's 4 cards already.
I know, but like...
first look
I don't
in there.
need- I don't need more of those, do I?
New
You
look.
do. You could always use more.
No, because I'm at critical mass. I'm good.
Did your play of Frosthaven make you do that at all?
No. Son of a monkey.
You know this is
I was
good.
able to do that all the time, actually. Crap, what are you going to do?
What am I going to do with this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's the name of this draft?
This is the
I can't-
SIBO, which is
Sibo.
I can't put 2 Hulks to
No,
each
you don't
other.
want to Hulk up. Want to Hulk out, you know?
Although I would be interesting to make someone
it
take
is
just 2 cards.
The flea market. This is the
Flea market.
Yeah, this is the flea market.
Lane's drawn. You're not going to take that.
So you're either selling comics or you're buying sets. Captain.
Hold on, let's take a little look.
Captain.
Try to
Captain.
can't risk another Thor getting in that row.
Yeah, I'll take
Okay.
it. I'm on it. Carlos wants it too bad. I'm out.
I mean, it's 8 value.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Had no option.
Who's, yeah.
Well, it's true.
yes.
It's true. Because otherwise you just make this even better, right?
Yeah.
The double.
At least dollar wise.
Double
Hulk. You got a couple
He's got
Hulks.
Hulks,
He's
I
got a
got
couple
Hulks.
Hulks. You got a
Yeah.
couple Hulks.
We both want. I mean, I technically only need 1. The 2 doesn't do anything more for me. The 2 does something for him.
I just didn't see the Hawks early. I didn't
Let's
have any
see.
come through me.
Oh.
Hulk's coming through me.
The gamma rays.
Y'all ever watch the original one with Lou Ferrigno?
Yes.
And that's such a good show.
I got it. I hate
Oh, wow.
This is nice because
I hate taking
it's just
away
Wayne and I
cards.
now,
I hate
right?
taking away two cards.
Wayne, it's just you and me.
Another Hulk
I know.
comes up here. And
So the question is,
Do you feed me, Seymour?
yeah, but like you're not on any of those.
So what happens
Well, you're
here if
full.
Wayne
you
takes?
draw 2. You fill it up.
I
and
just take those.
I fill it up?
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
fill it up.
And just whatever the flop is?
Yep. Whatever the next 2 are, you get them.
This could make it really good for Carlos.
Yep. You got to put it there. Do not draw a Hulk.
But he's got Captain America.
the one Hulk is all he needs. I mean, unless
Yeah.
you think he can get to 5. That's
Yeah.
that's why I almost didn't.
That break point.
Right.
Okay. No Hulk. Little Black Panther there.
I mean, it's just a 2 value.
Which depends on what you drafted.
Yeah, because Wayne will get to 5, so I have to take to prevent Wayne from getting to 5.
4. He only goes to 4.
No, 5 is the next point level.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You can be
You're at
good like
4.
that.
I'm gonna be like that.
He's got 2 more.
I got 2 more
rounds
chances to
one
get
Hulk.
it. So
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have taken just 2.
I guess I'll take that row.
Yeah, you will.
Suck.
8 value. Well, it's
Yeah,
value.
8 value that I used to buy things later with. Because, all right, now hold on. Let me make sure the first player doesn't move. That was what now? That was Sibo.
That was Sibo.
That was the flea market. As soon as all players have gotten all the cards, at last the first player chooses another player and receives the first player marker. So now we are going into the auction.
five,
So we're going to have 5, 4, 4, 3.
I have to choose another player.
Choose who
Or
gets
you.
Yeah.
Or you.
Oh, I can choose myself.
Yeah, here you go.
And we're doing the convention here.
No, we're doing the bidding.
The
so
bidding.
There's going to be a row of
5,
5,
4,
4,
4, 3.
The person is going to open the bidding with one of the
Must
rows.
choose another player.
I hate bidding.
Yeah. Some of them you can keep it. I think some you can't.
Back to Nick. Back to Nick with the first player marker.
That sucked.
It's going to be
Didn't get
4
any
rows.
of the goddamn. That really did, like, not getting any Thor or sorry, Iron Man or Hulk there kind of screwed me.
All right, so I open the bidding.
Choose a
Let me
row.
look at these rows.
Really hoping to get my Hulk up, but
No Hulk out there at all, is there right now? No. Oh,
1,
there's-
2.
1, 2. Yeah.
Oh, the multis. I keep looking at the top row.
Thing is, you can buy them all, but you can't keep them all. When you get to the end of the year and you got to organize, you got to pay
some of them, yeah.
pay the piper.
All right, we're gonna open the bidding on the big guy for 5.
I don't love any of these. So you're bidding points again. So you got to look at what you've got left. Obviously, now it's public knowledge.
So
what
Rob
you've
can
got.
waste everything here.
6.
Rob and Wayne.
6.
So I
Yeah.
cannot increase it. So I can't.
Did Wayne
bid.
go to 6 or did he say 6?
I went to 6.
He went to
Oh,
6.
yeah, I went
So I'm out automatic.
So Rob's out.
Well, I should have bid 6 and would have
Right.
Eliminated Wayne.
eliminated 2 of the
Yeah.
guys. Eliminated 2.
Yeah,
2.
me too. Yeah.
Now I'm making you pay more for it. Because Carlos better go 7.
Right, because it's got stuff
Got a
I
lot
like.
of stuff in there, man.
It's got a lot of stuff I like.
You got to make him pay for it.
I have to go 7.
Yeah, so then I go 8 and you can't outbid me, right?
I can outbid 8.
Yep.
So you take it for 8.
Go down to 4. So you'll have 4 points automatically at the end of the game.
Yep.
Who decides to bid the next
So I'll
one?
take these.
This goes to the
to
left.
me.
5
But
cards
he
for
keeps
8.
it, but I choose the next
Oh,
bid.
okay. Yes,
Yeah.
you choose next.
So that was good. Getting 15 value for 8. And some cards I actually wanted. This is like Comic Hunters. Now we really feel like it's cutthroat. Like I'm
Yeah, now I'm like,
at this
damn.
auction and I'm like, I'm gonna get this. I got more money than you. Let's go. Although
That
now,
wouldn't be bad.
I like that it's not just drafting.
Yeah,
It's got the auction piece.
The 4 unique mini games
Yes.
really make it sing. Let's go ahead and bid for. I don't like. Shoot, man, I really don't like any of that crap.
I wasn't thrilled about any of them either. So
Let's go with.
It's nice. I got the buy power here. Like I got the most money.
now
Yeah.
you do, yeah.
I'll go. Let's go with this one.
But can you convert it into points? Because you're losing points here.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. No. Damn it. Yeah, let's go with that one.
yeah.
I'll start with 4.
4. All right, Robert. Robert got 4.
I'll say 6.
6 to
You
Carlos.
really fucking.
And Carlos has to make a choice now. Does he want it?
I will go 7.
All right.
Like
That's
that is the right answer right
Yeah,
here.
that's
This
yours.
this is everything I want.
Paid you pay as much for it as I could.
Hey, you did.
Yep.
That's
You're
okay.
You're down to 1.
So now it's still your choice.
Still my choice.
Yep.
And so now you can bid 6 and take any row you want, or let him do that to you.
let him do that to you. How you gonna let him do
So
that
you
to
gonna go
you?
6?
I bid 1.
Right, because now...
You're gonna pay a minimum of 3.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
sure?
Yeah, you have to pay 1 per card.
One per card?
It does say that in there, yeah.
Well, then I'll go here and bid.
I like that. I like that 1 per card at minimum.
Yeah, otherwise you could wait, and if you get the 5, you could just pay 1 for 5 or 0 for 5.
Chester Wilson says he's getting some Meadow vibes. There are some mini games in here that do give me a Meadow vibe.
He's going here now.
Yeah.
With the selection of cards using rows and columns or coordinates.
Oh, is that? I'm gonna go there and bid 6. Is that Black Panther?
Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah.
I'll go here. Man, do I really want to overpay for that? And didn't give him for 4. Screw it. I go there and bid 6. I just want that.
You got it. Yep. So I got that for 4.
So
I'll
black,
take it.
So black goes down to 2.
Yep. And orange to
is
0.
out.
I'll take these.
Now you choose first player.
I choose first player for this?
Well, going into it, you give
Before
Yeah,
you see
you
it.
had
so
the
I
first
get
player.
to give this to you.
if you want.
It'd be funny if
why
I
would
just
you do
kept
that?
it.
I'll ask you
It'd
to
be
get the
funny
double
if I
pick.
just kept it.
There, you can shuffle
Yeah,
that.
or you shovel them, and I'll lay them out. I think.
So this is the con.
The convention.
The convention. Back to the convention.
Yep.
Last round of selecting games. Or currency to pay for the ones you already bought.
Yeah.
For shits and giggles, I'll keep myself.
Okay.
I'll do
First
it.
and last.
I'm fine with the double tap.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be. You have no
I
choice.
have no choice.
So I mean,
Lady Luck. Lady Luck.
So far, though,
I'm liking
you're liking this.
I'm liking it. I'm not a comic book guy.
I haven't seen anybody who's played this who hasn't liked it. Either you love the comic book theme, or you love the
game.
the mechanics, or you love them both. If you're really lucky. So I'm gonna do a cut here, and then we're good. I'm just gonna throw them out here. Y'all can help me organize a little bit.
And here, this is actually interesting. I'm realizing I'm doing this automatically in my head, especially with the hi. It's trading games and going to local stores. It's flea markets.
Yep. But it works though.
It's online buying, and it's conventions. So in my mind, I don't know about you guys. I've just realized I've been thinking about this. I'm relating this to board gaming. Like this
Right.
is board game hunters for all we know,
you
right?
can theme it a lot of
All
things.
of those things. Like when you talk about going to a flea market and trying to get a whole stack of comics, in my head,
or stopping by at every Goodwill store you see, just to
Right,
kind of
yeah,
pop
right,
in to
yeah,
see if
right.
can I get something
Can I
good.
get a good game, or can I get an online deal? And then you go to a board game convention and buy what you can. You know?
But even deeper, like I mean, the store, that one's pretty simple. You're just drafting cards like you would in Seven Wonders, right? So you're going to a store, you buy one.
Oh,
You go to the next store, you buy one. The flea market, I like that idea of you either add to the flea market vendor's table by selling him stuff, or you take sets from the flea market vendor. Like that fits the theme.
It didn't work, by the way.
Then the bidding for
not
like
what
the
you wanted.
eBay style.
I can't get more than 2 cards. No, I can get 3 cards, but it's low value if I do that.
You're looking for value.
He needs money.
Money.
I was hoping to get lucky and have across all of these have 1 3-card pick.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hoping y'all set me up with so I can get some money. I need some money.
Money.
I realized I went pretty hard on the
Oh,
Thor.
wait, no, I missed it. Okay, Black Widow. Here you go. 7. 3 cards of 7 value.
There you
go.
Black Widow.
Nice.
Wait.
Yeah, that set me up good.
Yeah, it does
What you
open
looking
up
for?
the whole middle side
There
there.
for some stuff here. Let's see.
I just knew I needed value.
I can slide that Black Panther up and do Black Panther.
1, 2, 3.
All right, feed me, Robert.
Seymour.
That's big.
Seymour.
Yeah. All your value, and you're not even done.
I think like once a month
I
we
like-
should do this. This should be like at least a once a month thing.
Maybe once a month would be good.
Yeah.
You know, sorry folks, we decided to have no topics to talk about. Just play games and
No,
let
but I
y'all
think it's
call
good.
in.
I think people like watching, especially like a game like this that
as long
not
as-
everyone's had access to, so you get
Yeah.
to see live play. And this is your second play. This is
Doctor
mine and
Strange.
Rob's like 8th, 7th, or 8th play. This is your first play, so it's good to see that
the
like
different
different like this is your
stages.
first impression. This is now your second impression. This is our like we've played it a few times now.
all right, where am I going to get the most money? I got a lot of Spidey at the bottom.
Don't forget you can use all this space. This is a row, so you can slide things up and around if you need to.
I want to slide everything up there.
There you go.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
One card.
Yeah, Spidey's not very valuable.
Yeah, that was the first one I saw, but it's only a value of 4 with 3 cards. which gives you some versatility. Like you can split the value up. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
We better figure it out.
I'm trying, Robert.
This is the end of the game.
Trying,
After
Robert.
this, we are done. It's 10:40, so you better hurry up.
Okay. I need to make a decision. This is hard.
That's what you said.
After 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's true. Take your shirt off.
After dark.
Is it?
I was thinking about coming back from the bathroom.
That's not happening.
But I wasn't going to do it.
Sorry, Ed.
Sorry, Ed.
Hey, that was like the nicest
That was the
Prank
nicest
call,
prank call I've ever had. That was the nicest prank call
Very
ever.
cordial. And he I like how he asked about our name first.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, didn't lead with the.
Yeah, he wasn't
when
just.
you take
It was good. That
Yeah,
was
just
that.
straight
That
to-
is that is the kind of like playful fun that you're okay with.
Yes.
Right? It's like, all right, good. Appreciate you. Not being a complete monster.
I don't like any of this. So I'm.
Well, you have to do it twice.
I know.
Do you know?
I do. That I do. Let's go with Spider-Man
Look for
across the bottom. That's just going to give me currency that I can work with.
What was that?
And then
Just leave the Spider-Man.
Hulk, because he's Hulk.
Hulk. Because
Yeah,
One Hulk?
That's what killed me. There's one Hulk
That's
in the
just
entire.
one.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
one.
Really?
I
You
pointed that
took
out
the
earlier,
one
yeah.
Hulk.
Yep, there was one Hulk in the
One
entire
You're a
grid.
monster.
Oh, you didn't. Oh yeah, you didn't see that when did you?
No, I just didn't think anyone would
We'll
take one Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Hey,
I'm working on it.
He's already got his Hulk that
My
he's for
understanding
three.
is that there was one director available.
I know. I know. You got screwed on that whole last round.
He won, so
Show me
I
on this
hear it.
box of Hollywood Blockbuster
hurt you?
where Nick hurt you. Or where Wayne hurt you.
Where Dr. Knizia touched you.
Uh-oh.
Allegations flying.
Oh,
We're starting rumors.
God,
Man,
this got ugly.
I don't like any of this garbage either. I think I'm going to have to go for buy power. It's kind of sad, but
Yeah,
I don't necessarily love
I'm
it.
not gonna be able to buy everything I want to. It's sad.
I'm going to go down here and do Captain America, I guess. Get 6. in
Captain.
buy power. Captain.
Captain.
Captain. Doctor. Doctor. Doctor.
I could just do Black
Making
Panther.
your collection already?
I got to pay for this stuff somehow.
Do I want that Iron Man? That would give me 4. That doesn't help me there. But that does that.
7 is not the next level. I need 8 to get to the next level.
You know what? I'm just going to
Take it
take
to the next
Iron
level.
Man at the bottom there because there's no other Iron Man out there.
Just the one Iron Man? You don't want to slide him anywhere?
No, what am I going to do?
I don't know.
There's no other Iron Man.
Slide him around for fun.
Yeah.
Slide him up to here, then Iron Man.
I'm gonna touch Black Widow over here and take these two for 5 buying power.
not bad.
I'll take 5 buying power for the last pick.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Actually,
Actually, I'm
Oh,
ready to
yeah, sorry, I could have
No,
separated
it's
it
all
for you.
good.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah, that changes the landscape a little bit if I can afford all that.
That's all buy power. Those I want to buy.
Okay, now don't forget you can also rearrange. So like if it doesn't do you any good, you were mentioning to have like a 7th. If you already have 6 of a collection and you've got a 7th, but it's a multi-tag, then see if you can use it somewhere else.
Just move it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's $12. Keeping $12 in cards.
That brings me to 5. That brings me to 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's exciting, huh, folks?
2,
Yeah,
4,
fun to
Now, what do
watch.
I do with the extra card? I hang on to it?
Yeah, sure, just for fun.
Okay. All right, let me splay out my,
Play it.
for the folks at home. Here's my Hulks.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up with an extra card too, I think. Not ideal, but I think that's what's gonna happen. All right, help me count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
There's a lot of counting in this one.
When you do your collection, there kind of is.
6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
happens
Yeah, I'm
there.
overpaying by 2. Is there anything in here I could keep for 2 that would help me?
These are you bought ones, Carlos?
Those are the ones, currency.
Yep. All right.
No.
I
All
went
right.
small number collection.
I'm overpaying by 2. Here's
What'd you get, man? Oh, you got 3s. Okay.
Bunch of
For you
threes.
folks at home, that's what I ended up with as my collection.
Not bad. You got 4 collections of 3. It's pretty good.
I'm overpaying by I think at least 2.
You got a
Yeah, 2.
pen handy, Carlos?
No point in
For
keeping
Rob,
anything.
right?
What's that? I heard
No
my
point in
name.
keeping any cards. Right?
Oh no,
I'm
yeah, I
overpaying
threw.
by,
Yeah, I overpaid by 2. But, yeah, Carlos overpaid.
I think actually what's crazy is I think I'm overpaying by. Hold on, this is only 14. There's 15 right there. So I, in theory, should be able to afford something
Make
more.
another group of 3.
But I can't. That's the thing.
gotta be 3.
I could afford a single card, and it doesn't.
Doesn't do it.
Yeah, it's got to be 3 to
whatever.
score for you. Yeah.
I can't read any of the.
I'll go through it again. It's fine. Just put our names across the top.
You can read Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
I'll help you out. Anyway, let's do our tags first, though, right? So.
Oh yeah, we got to update tags.
So let's start with Nick.
Let's go around in order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go with Nick. So number 1s.
What do you want from me?
Number ones.
I actually just added these 6 cards because I would just do like that, or we'll just do totals.
Yeah, it's
Totals
always good
better.
to just redo
All right,
your
number
total.
1s.
Number 1s.
2, 4, 6, 9, 12.
Number 1,
Okay.
Yep, and now the
first appearance.
First appearance.
3, 6, 7, 10.
Is there a reason we do this every round? Like,
So you can see where you stand.
people
You might want to
are-
just give up on something to go for something
Oh,
else.
I see.
Yeah.
And then new looks.
New look. 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. But very balanced.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
Which may not have been the right play. 'cause
Right, so
I'm
now we'll do
not gonna
me
actually
first.
win
Number
anymore.
1s. So 4, 5. That's 4, 7. 7 for me. Then it's that guy. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13.
That's a leap.
And then what was the last one? The eyes, right?
First
So
look.
1,
Or new look.
4, 7, 10,
Wow.
12.
Oof.
All right,
Oh,
Roberto.
maybe by 1.
Yeah.
That's
Number
huge.
1s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, first appearance.
3, 6, 9, 12. 12.
And new look.
Eyeballs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10.
Okay, Carlito. Let's see. Number 1s. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4.
You doubled your.
Doubled it. Woohoo! First appearances. We are at
Achievement.
3, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, and then new look. We're at 1, 3, 5. Yay. Rounding the
So
bottom.
Now we're gonna go. So the top line there, Carlos, is the size of the collection. So that is that row. So for example, I have 3 of 3, so I get 5 points.
That's it?
Yeah.
Dang.
I think
In addition to whatever else.
yeah. I mean,
score more,
I
yeah.
went for large collections, smaller number. Same thing with Rob. Rob's only
That's 3
got
of 3.
5 as well.
Yeah, 5 points.
You've got
Wait,
1,
I'm sorry.
2,
That's 5 for
4, 5,
Wayne.
Wayne.
Nick, how many you got?
10.
I have 5 collections, so I get 15 points.
Robert,
I have 3 of 3, so that's 5.
I have 4 over 3,
10.
10.
so 10. All right.
Variety of collections. Oh, no. Oh, crap. We did that backwards. Size of collection was this.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Just
so we'll just
flip
flip it. Yeah.
It's
so now we-
Portuguese, it doesn't matter.
So that's Hulk at 4. That's 6. Iron Man at 5. That's 10. So 16.
16.
And Black Panther at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
16 plus
That's
8.
8.
34?
20.
Or 24.
24.
24.
So 24 for me.
24 for Wayne.
Nick,
Okay. Here, the Black Widow
4.
and Captain America are so that's 8.
Or each 8.
Yep. This is 12 here, so that's 20. And then
25.
12.
Yep, 25. And then a 5 of Spidey is
33.
33. 33 total for Nick in that spot.
Robert,
Got 3 of Cap, which is 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of Thor.
20? Oh, wow.
20, so that's 24.
24.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here, which is another 20.
Wow. 44.
44.
44. Nice.
Yeah, it's big.
I did not look at that jump.
Yeah, that
the
eighth card.
The third level, for some reason, I just
Eighth card is big.
didn't even
doubles.
think I was going to get there. I was going for this.
All right, so Carlos has got 3.
Let's start with my big ones. So, Hulk is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
12.
12.
That's it. That's so tiny. Thor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's 10. So 22.
22. Iron Man
5.
for a set of
27,
3.
27.
And then
another
Strange.
5.
33. 32.
32.
12, yeah, 32.
All right.
Next is Secret Stash. 0 for me.
Not so secret.
Oh, I see it there. So Wayne would be at 0. Nick would be at 4.
Big 4, yeah.
Roberto
2.
coming in at 2.
You're
And
at 1.
Carlos coming in at 1.
Now we do the first highlight. So yellow is the lead, so they get.
And a 4-player game
Yep.
is here?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's not just straight points. This is first, second, or
Yep.
Yeah, first, second,
so
third, fourth.
Wait, is each one its own row?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So, we're
So I
gonna
get, so I get 15.
15 for yellow for Nick. I'm going to get 12. Rob 12. Is that Wayne 8? And Carlos 3.
By the way, Carlos, you're getting 3 for all of them.
Yeah, 3, 3, 3. You want to go and fill that in? 3, 3, 3.
Fill that in.
Okay, I'm done. I'm good.
Here, this is Wayne
Yeah.
for
15.
15.
No, that's me.
Copy.
Rob for 12. Nick for 8. And if you already got your 3. Then Wayne for 20.
Rain for
15. I'm
15.
sorry. I'm going to get 5 extras.
Wayne for 15.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Wayne for 15. Nick for 12.
12.
Rob for 8.
All right.
You for 3.
All right, someone's going to get a calculator for that. That is.
I can do it real quick. You got it?
Go ahead.
Either way, you know.
You got it?
You're like a.
Is that a 33?
He would be
Yeah,
a
it's a
Mentat.
33. Yeah, I saw
Yes,
him, I saw him
33.
writing. I'm like, how you gonna write?
Oh, yeah.
He'd be a Mentat? Is that what that would be, Wayne?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The human computer?
While we clean the game up, anyone in? Oh, here we got people in the chat.
Yeah.
Any Alpha Flight?
Any Alpha Flight. I don't know comics.
What is that number?
That is an 8. It was a 15, but I put it in the right place, wrong place, scratched it out, made it an 8.
Good game. Oh, here, hold on. My collection. I need to get a picture of my amazing collection. Yes. I liked it a lot. And now we're gonna do
ditto.
beans. Now we're gonna do beans. Yeah.
We're going to give it?
Let's give it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I got no work tomorrow.
What's tomorrow? Friday.
This
Oh,
originally
no.
came as
I have
acrylic?
things to do.
Yeah, that came as a grill. Yeah.
Very nice.
I gotta be at the gym at like 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Who's Jim? I've never met this person.
You know Jim Odak.
Jim Odak. Jim, if you're in the chat, you want to meet at the gym tomorrow at 9?
Nick, you got me by 4 points.
Are you serious?
87 to 83. Wayne got 67. You can audit me if you want, but
it's
Carlos
fine.
52.
Nick ran it today.
Beat me by 4.
Congratulations, Nick.
Surprise.
That's
All
Surprise,
3
surprise,
games
44
tonight,
there, yeah.
won
Yeah,
by
44.
you.
I edged you out a little bit, I guess, maybe in these categories. but
Yeah.
not- just a little bit.
Here I got 158 right there. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I know a little thing over there.
Oh, these 10 right here. That's
How do we keep letting him win?
I don't know. Because you don't stop them. It's all your fault. I'm going to type those in here in my BG stats real quick if you don't mind.
oh yeah.
So I give it the beans on this, on Wildlands.
So give the beans on Comic Hunters. What are the B? Basics. Basics. It's a
It is a
set collection game.
set collection game.
That's done through drafting
various types of drafting and auction.
and auctions.
Yeah, four different mini games over 3 rounds that are thematically tied to the art of collecting comic books.
Art. Nice.
The-
I like the art.
The scoring is variable. You're going to be playing. You're going to be collecting your sets based on tags. Different tags will score in different ways. The characters will score based on their value. Each game is going to be a different value based on how many of that character you can get into one set. So you want a nice, large collection of that character in order to score more points.
Yep.
But you're also going to score for variety. Having collections of 3 or more, you're going to want multiples sets of 3 or more to then score points because of variety. you're also going to have your bidding mechanism come into score because whatever money you're left over with at the end of the game, if you didn't spend it in the bidding,
that
will
was the
count as
first game
points.
that everybody was less than 5 left. Like in
Really?
previous games, people did not bid as much.
Yeah, well, the first round, you guys were...
We went big.
It would have been big, yeah.
And then the types of comics, and what I mean by type is the features of them. For example, in this game, we were focused on #1 issues, so like the first issues that you collected. We were focused on first appearances, so the first time that character appeared in a comic book. And then also we focused on new looks. So whenever a character got a new look, that comic were the ones that were highlighted for points. So you're collecting for the depth of your sets, the variety in the number of sets that you
what's
get,
going on in that comic.
how well you did at bidding, and the features or what went on in that comic. That's going to end up being your score at the end of the game. Yeah. It's played in 3 rounds, 3 phases per round. I mean, I think this game would be, what, an hour?
Under
an hour
if you know the game. Like we played in, I don't know. Granted, the show we had calls, you know, hour and a half ish, and you could easily play this in an hour or less.
Right. I think we did.
That's the basics.
All right, enjoyment. E for enjoyment.
I mean, I love this game. There was the moment it came out, I was tracking it was hard to get, hard to find. It's several $100, and then
You had a mule bring it over from Brazil, didn't you?
yeah, well, I got lucky, right? I had my next door neighbors. Actually in my neighborhood there's several Brazilian families, which is awesome. And he was going back last year, and I said, hey, if you go back, can you look? And they went to several comic book stores in Brazil in their hometown, and then actually eventually. Luis's wife, Rachel, she bought it on eBay, not on Amazon in Brazil though, for the Brazilian price. Even then though, it had already started the retail of this, let's say, is like $60, right? It was going for like 90.
Oh wow!
In Brazil because everybody was buying it to send it to America, send it to the US, the States, and then if you look at eBay, this was going for $150, $200. So I mean, I just knew I would enjoy this game because it's comic books. I love comic books. Again, it's a game that I bought because I knew my wife would love it because she would sit here and look through these comic book covers for an hour, right? Type thing.
Rob does the same thing every time he plays.
Of course I do.
Yeah. So enjoyment for me.
Theme.
And I know that I may be in the minority here as far as I love comics, but the theme, just the way those 4 mini games fit to the art of comic book collecting, it's just perfect. So the enjoyment for me is off the
Nick,
charts.
any enjoyments?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I think it speaks volumes. I don't think you can do what we did with every game as far as hang out, host a show, take a call, be chatting, drinking beer. It's the perfect weight for me to just hang out and focus on the enjoyment, just having fun. The little mini games feel like little mini games that are never meant to be actually overly taxing. In other words, it hits home on not being work. Right? Nothing is hard. The hard decisions are fun, but there's nothing actually too hard about it. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Right.
Yeah, high up on my list for games that you can play in an hour or less. It's way up there. Again, I'm going to get outside of my light rating. I mean, it's moderately light, but I like it a lot. So I played this. I think it's about my 6th play. And it's.
I think it's light on the rules,
right?
But there's the decision space there is where the complexity is because you have to really think about how you're going to pay for things, plan that out. Because if you don't plan it out, oh crap, I can't pay for everything.
My favorite part about the game is that you can't do everything.
Right.
You get these comics that you're but I know I'm going to just sell that, which to me, to your point about the theme, feels like you would do if you were a real comic hunter. Right. You would see a first print #1 Spider-Man comic in a store, and even if you didn't like Spider-Man, right, personally, you would pick it up because you're I know I can resell this later on. I know the value of it.
Right. That's not going to fill a gap in a set that you have.
Right.
But it's going to allow you to make another purchase that will fill a gap.
Yeah. So I like that decision space. That continues to be. I've only done 2 plays, but the rounds where I draft for value are almost more fun, honestly.
And I think that's
part
where you excel in this game. Is I need to start thinking about the value. I'm looking to get the cards for my sets and the tags, and not necessarily thinking about the value. And there's sometimes where I'm I can't really buy everything.
Right.
Yeah, the math is light in this. I mean, you're doing 1, 2s, and 3s, so even if you're not a
But there's a lot of it.
there is a fair amount.
We'll
but
save
I-
that. We'll
I
save
think
that
it's,
because that's a different part of the beans.
As I say, but then I've seen people. One of the great things about it is I've seen people win this in different ways. I've seen people go with lots of sets of 3 or 4. I've seen people go real deep into if you just get lucky and you get the Hulk and you can get a 12 plus Hulk 48 points right there. I mean, that's half of the total of any of us got tonight. So yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives me the feels of like Ethnos, the set collection, the rummy-ish feel.
Yeah.
Dropping those sets kind of feels like dropping the squads of
If
Ethnos.
you win all 3 of these, it's a lot of points. It's it's 40-something points. 38
It's also
points.
like it's easy to score points. I like how you only need 3 to qualify here, and then 3 is also the number you need to qualify
to
here.
get some points,
It
yeah.
feels like getting 3s is pretty easy, and so it's like you just
Yeah, but getting to that 8, it's
hard.
That's a
what
jump.
what I
requires
really
dedication.
like about it is the
Jump.
That jump in score doubles. Like it doubles the value of the points for that
At each
set.
jump.
So most games, it's kind of a gradual progression.
It doubles every
Doubles
time.
each
It goes
step,
4,
yeah.
8,
No.
16,
6, 12.
32.
It just this feels so big.
It does.
It
You get to bigger numbers, but
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so for my enjoyment, it's going to be the part that I think we lost Robert at the most is whenever Nick and I would stop to talk about how the theme really helps with the gameplay. So when we're talking about going to the store and you're drafting one card at a time, we talk about going to the flea market where you're either adding to the set that the vendor has or you're buying a full collection from the vendor or you're going online and you're doing the bidding piece of the comics. And then finally the convention piece, I thought that was my favorite of the mini games.
Oh, yeah.
With the idea of creating the aisles, kind of that feeling of the spatial aspect of that was really fun. I think that was the biggest part I enjoyed.
And as the convention goes on, you run out of choices. It gets slimmer and slimmer. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you're there early, like
There's like too
you
much
don't
to choose
get the
from.
best
You
deal.
miss out. Like
Right.
you're there early. There's so much. You
whatever
don't see it all.
flops. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was a big part. So I won this game by a few points. I was the first to pick in that convention each time, and each time in my first pick, I actually found a
Value
decent
for
value.
money,
That,
yeah.
again, that's all I was looking for. It was like, can I get 3 cards that equal 6 to 9 value or something? And I did.
Cool.
Aesthetics. So where the beans.
Do you like comics?
Yeah.
But it's not just a comic piece. Okay, so token-wise, they're a high gloss. I would say like a Hasbro level token.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little
Like this is
thicker,
not
yeah.
FFG token levels.
Yeah.
Right.
The tokens are okay. They serve their purpose. The board itself, I couldn't stop looking at. The board looks like a desk. You got this kind of keyboard feel on a mouse pad. You've got this your tablet with your headphones, and then you've got the coffee over here. Like I kept coming to this board and kind of feeling like this is what my desk space would look like if I was collecting or selling online and such.
Well, just think about the side of the box, right? Look at the side of the box. You got the 1, 2, 3.
I like that a lot.
Right.
I was looking at that.
Oh, there.
There we go. Bring that over there next. You got like on the side of the box. You can put it on a shelf sideways, and it's got like the different eras of the comic books that you're
Right,
getting,
right.
right? The 1,
Yeah,
2,
and
3.
if you the 1, 2,
Looks like a
3,
volume.
the 1, 2, 3, and then you've got the Spider-Man 1, 2, 3 kind of different
different
looks.
versions of them.
Iron Man, yeah.
And even the rule book. Nick, show that over there, the Canon camera over there.
It's like a little comic book.
Get
Yep.
back there.
Looks like a comic book.
Yeah.
So
People
that,
collecting
actually, in almost a comic book size too, which is nice.
It's like, and I think the size of the box too. It's a very small box. You know,
Backpackable.
backpackable, and then you have, I mean, the comic art. Each of these is an original comic book cover. So even if you're not a comic book person, you can kind of get into that, right? So it's like every single one of those is unique, original comic book art cover. So I mean, you can't really beat that aesthetic. I think that's.
I like how
really
when Nick shows the cards,
Says
he does the
boom,
sound
boom,
effects.
boom, you hear 'em going.
boom, boom, boom.
it adds to the aesthetics.
It helps.
We got special effects in the studio tonight.
N for negatives.
It's in Portuguese.
It's
Yeah, Portuguese right now.
Right now.
Impossible to get almost. The price. Yeah.
This, I feel like we did this wrong, I'll say, as far as the having to recalculate. I mean, you even asked about it, having to recalculate the score each time. could probably be done a little better. The first time we played, I think we were a little more careful about, well, here's the 5 cards I added this time, and so just move me up just these 5 cards. This time we like recalculated the whole thing. But
See, but I was adding to my sets, right? So it's not like
in general, this track feels mess upable and
Yes.
fiddly.
And that's sort of why I just re-audited it every time.
if you bump the board.
And that's my question, is like, for certain we know this is something that gets redone every round?
Well, you don't recount it. Like, you just add to it, right? So we recounted it every round, but it doesn't matter because you still have it in your collection.
It's almost like that Ticket to Ride thing. Like, we posted that comment
you add it up as you go.
And half the group said, we don't touch it until the end of the game because you're going to have to re-audit it anyways.
Right.
And the other half of the group said, no, follow the rules, you do it every time.
I think it's important here knowing where people are at, though. I definitely have had games where I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to catch up on that one. So instead of looking for those cards, this one I know I'm going to secure because we're in the 3rd round and I'm already got a lead. Right. So I'm just going to make sure I keep that lead. If Nick takes 1, I'm going to take 2. So, it kind of helps you see that as you go. But,
Negative-wise for me, Ron Fraser brought it up. It does feel a little stressful in a sense. I don't know. The amount of tags and where you're going. Like, what am I collecting? You know, you can get easily lost.
Do you focus on collections? Do you focus on tags? Do you focus on tags and collections? And how do you balance that?
I wondered how you were thinking about it, because I mean, again, we poked fun at you, but like you got last in all 3 of these, and I wondered if that was because you were like, I'm just going to focus on these tags and not up here, whereas I definitely only took hero cards that had these tags.
Right, I was looking for the combination always.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was jumping from either or. I'm like, oh, there's a number 1 tag, I'll grab that.
Yeah, you have to try to balance that.
I will say, here, this is a decent example, but I think the card layout is fine for depicting, you got your hero tags in the top, and if there's multiples, they'll be there, and then there's always enough room to kind of show
they justify them down at the bottom for the separate tags.
And it can be like a little confusing. Some of the cards are confused. They'll have like 2 heroes and 2 tags. And you're like,
So there were those moments where I could see the game really slowing down. Like, if we allowed it, like the thinking piece could have slowed us down.
Here you go. I actually got this card at the end and had to do a double take. This is the entire thing is stacked up. So it's 3 heroes and then a comic
1 tag.
I mean, what do you expect for the Avengers? I mean, it's the Avengers.
The Avengers. So then you just have to know, like,
they're missing a
know
few.
the 3 heroes. Right?
Card quality? I mean,
It's not
we
the
have
I
a
haven't
sleeve
seen it.
there.
Open that up.
They're sleeved, so I don't know.
This is probably one of the only games I've ever sleeved, but then it's a game that I knew
I think you
could
need
play.
to sleeve this, though. This card quality.
The card quality is pretty weak.
It is weak.
Rounded corners, though. Do y'all have any opinions on rounded corners on cards?
Oh, yeah. All day, every day.
Yeah, you like rounded?
Yeah, not you don't dog ear them.
Here's the thing, though. I'm telling you, man. That moment right there, I just had a moment where I hate sleeves so much.
Oh, yeah.
I just took this card out of the sleeve and instantly liked it better.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's a card.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I am generally
not
not a
play with
sleever.
plastic.
I generally don't sleeve
it
cards
feels-
or sleeve games. But like when I got this, I'm like, well, I'm not really going to be able to replace this very easily.
Yeah.
Keep that sleeved.
I will be interesting to see when the Arcane Wonders version comes out. Is the card quality better? Are these chips better? Like, what's the difference between this version and the new version that's going to be in English?
Yeah, I like the art layout, but the quality of the components, I think, is just maybe a step above bare minimum.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said Hasbro. I think is what I likened it to.
And you've got this trifold
Yeah,
board.
it's not sitting real great.
It's not like Milton Bradley level, like Monopoly.
I mean, the negative
but, like,
would be just the quality is not what we would expect from a hobby game. It's sort of in between mass market and hobby.
yes.
Which is fine.
Yep.
Totally playable.
In summary,
In summary.
Nick.
So buy, try, or deny is our ratings for summary normally.
If you've got a friend in Brazil, then you should buy.
All right, well, maybe we should we base this? Well, I guess you can't because it's not out. I was going to say if it was available in the U.S. because we know it's going to be soon.
Right.
Do we use that as the gauge, or do we not know because of the price?
You do you, boo.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I think
We know it's coming to the U.S.
Okay.
We just don't know the price.
I'll say
and the
this. I
quality.
think the collection of mini games done in a determinate set of nine turns, like 3 rounds with 3 phases or with 9 phases, with the theme that resonates with a lot of folks. I mean, whether you're a comic book hunter or you just like the Marvel universe, which is for me. Like I never owned a single comic, but I know who Thor is. I know I like Hulk. My 9-year-old goes Hulk smash. Like it's gonna hit for a lot of families. It's gonna hit for a lot of gamers. And I think it's just downright fun. So yeah, assuming you can get it, it's a buy for me.
Yep. I think it's a 100% buy for me. I think the only thing that doesn't make it a buy is if it wasn't coming to America. If it was still the Brazilian only copy, then it's like, well, try it, because although in reality I'll go back to, we've taught this game, we've played it with 20 or 30 individuals, and it was their first play, and not one person has been like,
Yeah, I've never seen anybody say, nah.
Everyone's been like, this is cool, right?
Yeah.
So 30 or 35 different people played the game with me, and no one has said, this sucks. No one has said, this isn't a good game. Every single person has been like, this is really cool. I wish I could own a copy. Based on that, it's a buy. I would buy it at current prices, but it's coming to America, Eddie Murphy style. It shouldn't be too expensive.
McDonald's.
50 bucks, $50. If this was a $50 game, it's a buy all day long, right?
Yeah. I agree. Definitely a buy for me if you can get it. If I would say don't rush out and try to get the Portuguese version. Wait till it comes to the States later this year. I assume it'll be at a reasonable price, and I would say it's definitely a buy. It's not an entry-level game. It's not a heavy game by any means, so I'd say it's definitely a step up from entry. But if you like any kind of drafting or auction-style games, this has got it in spades, and there's enough going on here with the different tracks. You could see, Wayne and I have played it several times, and even though it had been a little while, we did struggle a little bit to remember all the rules, because there's enough going on with the 4 different types of drafts and the different tracks, remembering kind of how each thing scores and how it moves. So it's a game you got to play to kind of keep up with it.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm really looking forward to an English, an official English translation of the rules.
But it's definitely a buy for me. Yeah.
I have shot down playing this game. I've been offered opportunities to play this game at least 3 times, and I've said no each time. The theme itself is
like,
right. It's like it didn't do it for me. Having now played it, I would say if you're like me, where the whole Marvel thing, the whole comic book thing doesn't really draw you, and someone gives you an opportunity to play it before it comes stateside, play it. Like, if you get a chance to play this game. There's a lot to get out of as a gamer, a connoisseur of gaming, right? Someone that likes gaming. There's a lot to enjoy and learn from what they did here. Some new stuff in here. I wouldn't say innovative. I only threw the words innovative, but the way they've done it, it's new to me, and it's fresh, and it feels good. You got to try this game. Now, when it comes out, as long as they come out in a decent value proposition, right, production value-wise, it's going to be a buy. Like, it's a buy when it comes stateside.
It's got appeal. I know we talked a lot about it if you don't like comic books. I didn't ever do comic books. I was like Nick. I probably owned a couple in my life, but they were just ones that were given to me or I found somewhere or whatever. But I collected baseball cards. So this is relatable to a lot of different things. Baseball cards, I would try to complete
games,
the 300
Pokemon,
cards that were in that series for that year from the Tops or Upper Deck or whatever it was. And so you can relate this, even if you're not into comic books, the idea to a lot of different things. So, yeah.
I like it a lot. Very good.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies. All right.
Stamps. Yeah, anything.
Yeah, they really nailed the collection aspect of it.
Yeah.
What else we got? Any closing thoughts for the folks at home?
11/11, make a wish.
Yeah, we're good. Want to give us the beans on Wildlands next week,
Yeah, we'll
maybe, and Hollywood Blockbuster if you guys
Yes.
think you could do it.
I can call in.
Yeah.
Or maybe be here. We'll see.
Give your beans.
Yeah.
Zoom it in.
All right. Well, I'm Carlos.
I'm Rum.
I'm Wayne.
I'm Nick.
And we are the Beans and Dice podcast. We are a podcast about how we game Thursday nights. We talk to you about how you game and take your phone calls and do all kinds of random craziness. Next week, we'll talk a little more about the Hall of Fame, trying to decide which of our games from last year are going to go to the Hall of Fame so they don't come showing up repeatedly on our top 20 board. So join us next week, Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be ready. Dice Tower 2024, Dice Tower East. I think Dice Tower West just ended.
Yep.
Our buddy Mike Lorenzo and Dan Erdzik were out there having a blast.
Hopefully they'll call in and let us know, or Michael will be here next week.
We will be at Dice Tower East this year, so we're looking forward to getting out and getting some gaming there. So, hey, subscribe, comment, super chat, do what you got. We appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Night.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice podcast.
Do you know this lady?
To like
I
and
do.
subscribe.
I do. I mouth along.